Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master today. Today, we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition, playing through the 2013 adventure Legacy of the Crystal Shard. And we are also making use of a great deal of material from the Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden adventure published in 2020. So if you are intending on playing Rime of the Frost Maiden at some point, this session will have spoilers from that. So if you are intending on playing, you may want to come back at another time, or you may want to, if you don't care about the spoilers, then welcome. Let me introduce you to the stars of the Legacy of the Crystal Shard campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what level are you currently. First up, I've got John.
Hey everyone, I am John, and I am playing Falcarel Hawkfriend. He is a 7th level ranger and 7th level specialty priest of Solinar, and he is friend of dwarves, rider of the Griffin Silverbeak, and half-elf Sylvan. Or half-Sylvan elf, so.
It's early in the morning.
Yeah.
Next up is Brandon.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm playing Grim Buckman. He's a 6th level generic mage and is just eyeing 7th level, so hopefully we pick up some Netherese artifacts this session and
run away.
Get them identified, and yeah.
He is also a Netherese scholar of some renown,
That's
right?
right. Yeah, some renown.
/ tomb robber.
In his own head.
Yeah. Next up is Mo.
I am Morris. I'm playing Thomas Branner, who is a standard 8th level human fighter and a long way off 9th.
Nice. And last but certainly not least is Andrew.
Hello, I am Andrew, and I am playing Kola Hammerstone. No, that's not true. I'm thinking of Tanif. That I am a 7th level specialty priest of Clangeddin Silverbeard.
Very nice. All right, guys. So, last session, you guys made some pretty important decisions as to where you want to go next in the campaign, and then you had a pretty eventful encounter. So what happened last time, guys?
Oh boy.
Aside from Kola nearly blowing himself to smithereens with the
yes,
the artifact he was looking at.
Yeah.
Getting that room deposit back.
So
Slagged his armor.
One of the things, let's talk about what we to bring Brandon up to speed. So Brandon, I can't remember if you were here when you guys traveled to the location where some of the dwarves said they saw smoke, and they thought that it may have been a sign of that. What they found there was in fact this thing.
Yep, I remember that.
So what you may or may not remember is that when it is triggered, it creates a burst of heat and light and flame. So our heroes first, to bring, I guess, Grim up to speed again, while they're at the cabin, they faced a whole bunch of the cold light walkers, which seemed to rise from the snowdrifts around the cabin. Our heroes fought their way out of that, made their way back to the dwarves, and that was the 2 sessions ago. Last session, we opened up with you guys planning in the Dwarven Valley for what you wanted to do next. And then Kola was testing that artifact, and how'd that go, Kola?
Well, it could have gone better. It could have gone better. It kind of blew up in my face, but I was able, and as John said, it slagged Kola's armor, so I had to go buy new armor. But we did learn that the Kola was able to tell at least that the incantations or the attempt to fuse these 2 different types of magic into this artifact had been incomplete. I don't know how it's incomplete or why or what would finish it, but it's a clue that there's something not quite connecting, which is making this thing volatile and dangerous. So I believe we decided to. Well, we went a little bit north to try to. Or no, we just head out. So we're heading towards the Netherine ruins once more to see if there are clues there that can help us fix this thing. Yeah, we figured you might be excited about that. And then we're going, but the idea is we're also going to somewhere out here in the wilderness around where the party is now. The plan had been to trigger this thing again. Because the other thing that we realized when we were attacked by the Cold Light Walkers and in our discussions with Von Rubii in the Dwarven Valley was that, the White Witch is only taking direct action against this party when we specifically interact with elements of her plan, like the black ice, or in this case when we're fiddling with this particular device. So, but that means we triggered it in the Dwarven Valley by accident, and so she's probably sending minions to the Dwarven Valley. So in an attempt to help protect them, we're going to set it off out here in the wilderness, which obviously is dangerous. She'll probably come after us, but better us than everyone in the valley. And assuming we live, we'll go on to the ruins. But then we were camping and we learned two things. One, we're going to have two people on watch moving forward. Two, we're not leaving the healer alone with a dangerous device out alone on watch. Because he doesn't quite react quick enough. Because we got attacked by these lovely things again. The Peritons. 8 of them, yeah. Yeah, Kola was out and almost dead in the very first wave of the attack because I got hit by 3 of them, and like one round I went from 46 to 0. Yeah. Or no, 46 to -9.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like almost dead in one turn.
Yeah.
The dive bomb attack is brutal.
Yeah, so hence like, yeah, it's not an unwillingness on the part of the healer to do watch by himself. It's more, if I were to die, I'm the only one with the power to actually bring any of you back from actual death.
Yeah. I cannot use his ring, nor am I high enough level to do that yet. So.
No. So yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm. So having defeated all the Peritons and healing up the injured, they blew some high-level spells too, because several of the griffins just suffered horrific mortal wounds as a result. I think it was the first time we saw 1 or 2 rolled on the mortal wounds table.
Oh wow!
So like, one of them had their beak completely mangled. Yeah.
The griffins barely made it out.
Yeah, Falcro was not going to let them die if we had the spells to save them. So.
Yeah. So, Kola is going to need 5 hours for spells tomorrow. Falcro will need 3 hours for spells tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So I think that is where we are going to be picking up. So let me. I guess one thing I'll just to reiterate too is the party had a discussion after the Black Law or the Black Cabin to talk about like the degree to which the White Witch could actually follow them, because the guys hadn't really sat down and thought about, when did she manifest, what are the, what if any limitations does she have on it. And that's what Andrew was talking about the only times where she seems to have acted directly against you guys was when the black ice device was activated after you guys faced the black ice berserkers, when you guys went to Grimskala, when you guys went to Evermelt, and when you guys tinkered with this thing. So let's see what happens today, guys. Give me a sec here.
Hopefully we make it to the Netherese ruins.
Which Netherese ruins
5
are we
hours
headed
of
to?
prep is going to cut into your travel time pretty substantially.
Yeah. Which
Well,
Netherese
not
ruins are we
super
headed
good.
to?
We might as well wait and have a full day's travel tomorrow, but
Well, because we also need to try to trigger this thing before we Like the idea was trigger it and immediately get on the griffins and go, so that we're not even here when the inevitable attack happens to confuse her. But we can't do that until I'm all like rested and all spelled back up again. So just in case it goes badly. Not like anything ever goes badly for this group.
You mean when it goes badly?
Okay. And sorry, Grim had a question.
Yeah. So which runes are we headed to?
I think it was pretty unanimous. It was not the Caves of Hunger.
Yeah. Okay, but the other one, that was the one that had the circle that we still haven't decoded yet.
The Upside Down Tower, yeah, the one.
Yeah.
between these
So
paths.
we were gonna go to try to find a Harper's contact that could help us figure that out. So we're not gonna be able to do much there.
I thought there were parts of it we hadn't explored.
No.
There are parts of the Caves of Hunger you haven't explored.
Yeah, but the actual upset inverted tower, we needed to decode the possible teleportation circle that was there.
Falcro brought up the fact that wraith-like thing was likely going to come back, and we might be able to talk to it, and kill it again if
Maybe.
it doesn't cooperate. So
I can tell you, there's nothing
dangerous.
there's nothing you've seen that suggests that that's the case. Did you see any exhibit any actual intelligence? Did you see any sign of?
That wraith thing, that spoke to me. It spoke to us. It was the upside down crawly things that were the weird things.
Why? But what did it say to you?
I think it was basically like intruders, thieves. Like
That's
that.
true.
That's
Falcro may be assuming more than is reality.
yeah. I think.
Or maybe
Falcro.
remembering more than.
Yeah.
So does that affect your planning then? Because I mean, the reason I ask is you've got undead as a declared one of your enemies for this. So I think you would make the distinction. Like there are two kinds of undead. There's free will and there's just the instinct driven kind. Even the instinct driven kind can still say things, and this. Is there anything you've learned or anything you've seen in that inverted tower that leads you to believe that there's something intelligent down there?
Not anymore.
Because I just know he threw a fireball at us, so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, does that answer your question, or?
Well, as a player, yeah, it does. But Falcro,
Well, again, you're a specialist with undead as your adversaries, so that's why I'm giving you this information, not to deter you, the player, because your character would know the distinction between those two things. And what I'm asking is, is there anything you saw in there? If it was a thinking undead, like a lich or some other kind of a ghost, even ghosts are more instinct-driven than anything. The kinds of undead that have the same kind of cognitive capacity that living creatures have are extraordinarily rare, because the process of passing through the negative plane, it just shatters whatever personality and mind and whatnot was there, and the remnants that stay behind sometimes are, think of what what you witnessed the Nothics doing, those horrible one-eyed things, with them hoarding stuff together, right? Hoarding that magical information, the books and such. That isn't evidence that it's that you can have a conversation with it. It's evidence that the broken bits of its soul or mind that remain still drive its behavior.
okay.
And again, all the stuff is stuff that Falcro would know.
Well, it may not be worth our trip down there then.
We could still go back to the city and try to make a Harper contact.
You can also go to the Caves of Hunger.
That's true.
There's
We could
a
do that
bunch
as well.
of there that you guys have. That is a place where that there is Netherese ruins, and you guys have not fully explored that area. In fact, the little bit of exploration he did do there, Grim would know that remember he used that guide, that broken magical guide. That's beyond anything that you found in that inverted tower.
Sounds like it's a Cave of Hunger then.
Either that or we go back to Bridgeshanda.
Let's not start that whole thing
Yeah,
again.
no.
All right, so we're not talking to the contact.
That debate derailed the conversation for like half an hour.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Caves of Hunger it is.
All right, fine. I'm nervous about the Caves of Hunger, but you raise a good point about an unknown quantity of scary undead things, and then getting trapped down there. This is not the night below.
Yeah, one. It's not only getting trapped down there. The city itself. I mean, Grim can tell you that the between Falcarel and Grim and Lex, the Nothic are something that forms. It's a type of like aberration that forms from exposure to incredible amounts of magic. If two of them formed in that tower, and there is actually a city out there, who knows how many of the survivors would have been mutated into something like that. So now, then first thing we need to do is check about the. Mo, are you talking to anyone there, or are you just?
No, I was going to say. So, presumably, we are going to effectively spend the day recuperating, spelling, and then we're going to do the deliberately set it off to draw attention here, and then hightail it out first thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what the non-spellcasters could do we could go hunting, and maybe I think we're okay for firewood in terms of supplies.
I think we picked some up from the valley before we left. Yeah.
Oh, we did, didn't we? Yeah. So I think that is a down day, and I'm still down a few hit points, which will. I think I'm close enough to more or less let natural healing take its course here.
Yeah. I think so. I'll need. Yeah.
No,
So I'm at
hurt.
half, so I'll need to do some of my healing, and then I need to rest. I need 5 hours just to do the spell, so it gives plenty of time to do some hunting rounds. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Let's have Brandon. Would you give us 3 percentile rolls, please?
We'll do 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So it is snowing today. The wind is it's a moderate snow, or like a medium level of snow that's coming down. So there is going to be some cover. The wind is strong, but not gale force. And let's see where it's coming from today. It's actually at your back. So you may be able to squeeze a little bit of extra movement, depending on which direction you guys are heading. The wind appears to be coming from this direction. So, depending on where you guys are going, it actually might be able to squeeze a little bit of extra distance, in spite of having to spend most of your day preparing spells.
If I remember correctly, we met Ostin over here.
Mm-hmm.
You might be able to find his cabin.
He didn't have a cabin.
He didn't?
He was just out.
He's a nomad.
He was sort of like camping.
I thought he was using a cabin at the time, but misremembering.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this is session 75, so there's a lot of there's a lot of history behind it now.
Wow.
All right, so then, guys, I have rolled for random encounters for the day. The evening, the rest of the evening, I can tell you passes uneventfully. So, in the morning, Cola, you have herbalism and you have healing, right?
Yes.
Right. So each of you heals 3 hit points overnight, and morning will come. So, Tom, you want to do some hunting? You said.
Well, I think we might as well, seeing as there's not much the non-magic users are really doing here. So whether I think Falcon might actually be better than me for hunting. But...
Oh, well, I've got spells to prep. 3 hours worth.
Oh, in that case, yeah, I'll go out and do a straight hunting roll.
Okay. So go ahead and give us percentile roll. Oh, no.
I can't remember whether that's really good or really bad.
That's not great.
Suspicion it's really bad.
Good.
Oh, wow.
All
I
right.
get mobbed by a dozen peritons and die in the first round.
Typhoon just looks really sad for the rest of the campaign. No, there's nothing that triggers from rolling 100. All it is just the, the tundra around you.
Just one of those days where just nothing seems to turn
Absolutely.
up.
You can find nothing that nothing that seems to be viable for it. You couldn't even. Even like small furred animals and stuff like that you would normally see scurrying across the tundra. Even they are completely absent. Like there's no sign of life whatsoever. Grim, are you down spells as well?
No, I'm good.
You're good? Okay. All right, so then I can tell you guys that in spite of the blustery weather, the 5 hours passes, so it brings us to about 3 in the afternoon. No, that's not true, about 1 in the afternoon. And Cola has finished all his spell prep. So what do you guys wish to do with the rest of your day? I guess first off, do you want to cast any healing spells on yourselves before you carry on with anything else, or are you guys good with where you are?
I'm good because I'm very near max, but I think Falcon
I'm gonna do.
use some help.
Yeah.
I'll do. It only went to Kevin.
Yeah.
It's not even the right roll. I don't understand what that did. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna do a couple cure minors on myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 2d8s just for me, so 5 and 7 total. Okay,
Okay.
that's pretty good.
Nice. 7 for Falcro. 12 for Cola. Okay. So you guys been calling on your respective gods. Get yourself healed up again. Anything else you wish to do? You still have about 3 hours you could travel today, or do you want to get? I guess if you are intending on casting Identify again to try and trigger the same effect. Remember that does take 8 hours. So that puts you to 9 o'clock at night. It'll definitely be dark. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think we were going to cast it so it would go off around dawn, because then we could literally.
Well, then I gotta go
leave
to
on the
sleep now,
and just ride.
so that I can spend all night doing the ritual.
Yeah, if he.
Did we decide if we were going to strap?
Hold on. I don't recall the discussion of it being cast at dawn. I think the discussion was him starting to cast it at dawn, so it would go off afterwards. You may not remember how long it takes to cast the spell, but it's an 8-hour casting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So if he sits up all night doing it and then casts at dawn, that means he's not prepping any spells and he's going with his constitution down by 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
What do you think, Cole?
We
You'd be the
did
one
discuss
casting
whether
it.
we were going to have to rope him to the saddle.
Yeah, there's definitely a discussion of having to tie me up, because I'm going to be, like, as Kevin said, I'm going to lose a bunch of constitution for 8 hours after the fact. So I will be in no condition to fly myself. So I'll need to be tied in. But we also learned that this thing gets triggered just by, like, moving it around a bit. So we could, in theory, just, like, toss it into the snow a bit, throw it around and see if it goes off.
Well, I mean, you also could break it.
Yeah, that's true too. But I could also break it through identifying it.
What evidence do you have of that?
That's just me assuming that I could roll really badly and something terrible happens.
Well, Thomas is going to say, well, you blew that room up and it's still in one piece, so I think...
Well, that's fine. So then I can do an identify spell for the rest of the day, but then, like, we got to be ready. Like, the whole camp needs to be packed up by that last hour, and you guys ready to grab the device, secure it, and tie me to a griffin and go. Because I'm basically going to be sleeping in rope. Well, I don't know about sleeping. I might pass out from pure exhaustion, but it's not going to be comfortable.
One of us could carry on the griffins. They can hold Goliaths. I'm pretty sure they can handle one of us and a dwarf.
Yeah, we did discuss riding pillion and then just sort of strapping you on, because I think we worked out their carrying capacity is huge compared to what we're normally putting them in. Unless Stormwing would be happy to follow along with Cola sort of tied on. I mean, I know
They're not incredibly intelligent
dumb
creatures. Yeah. We'd have to try to I don't know how Stormwing is actually going to follow us. That, because we can't give instruction. Falcaro, do you have any sort of... I don't understand your relationship with creatures. Do you have any means to communicate and send some sort of understanding to Stormwing?
I can cast Speak with Animals if necessary, but I also have a way with them.
I don't think Speak with Animals allows you to speak to magical creatures.
That's right. Well,
I mean...
Well, it depends whether we know whether they're sort of like pack creatures, and that Stormwing will consider him...
Yeah, these are predator hunter
pack,
creatures, right?
I
Well,
think
some predators do work as packs.
if all you want to do is just have the thing fly behind you, I think that Falcro will be sufficiently able to do that.
Okay. I mean, worst comes to worst, just string a chunk of meat off the back griffin
Yeah.
and have Stormwing just chase after us.
He's going to be pissed when he lands.
All right.
Catches up.
So then, with the with those spells, you healing spells cast, and us in early afternoon, is that what you're intending on doing? Then is starting to cast Identify?
I might as well. As long as, again, I cannot stress enough, I'm relying on the rest of you guys to be ready to go as soon as this spell is done.
with casting this spell, though, if your casting is interrupted, you have to start all over.
That's correct. So, this is, you guys have to both maintain, get the camp ready to go and also do guard duty. So not everybody can go off and do hunting checks and stuff. We need, most of you to be here for most of the day. Because I can't defend myself. But before I do any of this, I want it clear on record. Kola removes his armor and puts it far away with the rest of the camp gear, as well as his weapons and his backpack. It's just him in his you might as well just be undergarments. It's his regular cloth clothes underneath, and the Craig Cat cloak absolutely is over with the other stuff too.
Okay.
Everything is over there.
Well, I mean,
It's going to be kind of cold.
yeah.
I'm gonna be cold, but
8 hours?
Yeah. So
I can
and
cast,
into the evening.
No, because before, hold on, I got this. Before, I'll cast Aura of Comfort on myself,
Which lasts long enough.
Okay.
which lasts hours and hours. So
Yeah, we
that's
can pack up
first step.
your stuff on Stormwing.
Does it last
everything-
8
Have it
hours?
ready to go.
Let me double check. It lasts.
Well, Falco's got Endure Elements as well, so between the two of them, I think.
Thing is said
That's
again,
fair,
his thing
we just
can't
gotta
be
be-
interrupted, so he's not gonna be able to stop and cast it on himself and then continue on.
Right, so it'll have to be we need to make sure that Falco's ready to. Where the hell is? Oh, I'm in Wizard. That's why. Duh.
My Endure Cold will last for 7 hours.
Oh,
So not quite long
Okay.
enough. I mean, you could be in
But
a
you can-
tent as well too. If the tent is likely to get ruined if it has the same response that you saw before. But
There are also no Puritans in a tent. They can get you easily.
well, they can get into the tent just fine.
Yeah, but they can't dive bomb you directly if they can't see you.
Where's Aura of Comfort? Is it Tome of Magic or is it?
It's in the spell compendium.
Well,
Oh,
Thomas was
okay.
thinking about, could we set up stakes? A bit like the Roman legionaries used to have, so if they try and dive bomb us, they'll just run into...
I don't think we can get that much cover with this sparse vegetation.
No.
yeah, where would you get the stakes
Anyway.
from?
Not the
Yeah.
firework.
Oh yeah, we haven't got any big trees, have we? Oh yeah. Oh well.
That takes days.
Pre-spell compendium. There we go.
Yeah, I think it's that was
guys,
one of
I-
your Clangadin's spells,
Oh wait,
wasn't it?
stupid! I wrote it down because I wrote down all of Kola's spells when I.
Or comfort. Looks like an hour per level.
I think so. Okay, Aura of Comfort. Here we go. 1 hour per level, so I can do it for up to 7 hours. But that only gets me to the last to the last
So, again-
hour. And the problem is I still need to get changed back into my armor after the spell is cast and we head out in order for me to not continue to bear the conditions of... So unless Valkyrie casts your Endure Cold, with 2 hours to go in the
So, guys,
Identify spell.
hold on. The only reason you need that spell is if he is going to be standing effectively naked and trying to conduct this stuff, which I don't think you can do anyway. The wind is high enough right now that like the description of the Identify spell describes like having candles and a bunch of other crap out before you. Like there's a whole ceremony. You're not just sitting there naked on your own. So I think that, with falling snow and all that stuff, 8 hours sitting underneath there, you're going to have a very slowly moving and chanting, snow dwarf by the end of the thing.
Okay.
So could you do it inside the tent?
You might
Of
have
course,
to.
I could do it inside the tent, of course. I mean, we're going to lose the tent in the process.
Do you guys have any other tents, or is it only one tent?
I have a small tent,
What do I have? Let me check.
the 10-pound tent.
I don't think I've got my own.
Yeah, I think your tent
I know
may be
I
the
bought
only
one. I don't know
one
whether I-
Falcarol.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I had one. One moment. Let me check.
So, I mean, that's the only thing. Like, I can't wear. I don't want to risk the Cragcrack cloak again because I lost it last time. It got fused to my armor. I can't be armorless. So I can't be wearing either of those things. But then I don't have. Mind you, hold on. We've got blankets.
Right, but it's the shelter
think it could
element
be
that you
great,
need as well, too.
Yeah.
Temporary sort of shelter for the casting?
Okay. We don't. I think, guys, that we don't have a tent
I have a tent.
unless it's in the party loot. Hold
There for
on.
sure is at least one tent here. That's the leather one, because I know Cola was working to... Didn't you learn leather working to repair the tent?
Specifically, yeah. I learned
Yeah,
leather
so
working
you for sure have a
specifically
group
to do that.
tent as well, too. So the group tent is possible. I guess a small tent that Falcarol has, if it's only 10 pounds, that
let's
could
not-
be...
Let's not risk the group tent.
So
Fair,
yeah, if
okay.
Falcarol could set up his own his own tent and then kind of expect that it's going to get...
And would that be sufficient then for me to
Yes.
to do this without all my armor and crap?
Yeah, all you need is just a place that is going to be safe enough for you to be free from the elements. I'm not going to say you need to cast a endure elements just to survive. In the tent, you'll be warm enough with the clothing you have on. And again, your character probably would have planned this because you knew that this was the case, but you're going to want to have probably backup clothing in the event that it gets scorched off of you, because this is not like an embarrassing walk through the Dwarven Valley. This is a life and death. You're out of,
Yeah. So I'll probably rearrange the backpack so that the change of clothes is on top. But the armor, the Cragcrack cloak, all my weapons, and then the backpack itself will be, everything but the backpack will be tied to Stormwing. I'll do that myself ahead of time. The backpack will just be sitting right beside her so that when this is all done, I can quickly change, and then the guys can tie that stuff up and tie me up, and we can get out of here.
Awesome. Okay.
I'm gonna give Cola another cure spell just because I don't like how his health is.
All right.
Well, and one of the downsides to using the tent is getting out of it. Like, it's going to need, because of the wind, because of the weather and whatnot, it's going to need to be, properly sealed shut for the duration of his spell, which means it's going to be hard to get out of there as the effect goes off.
Unless it blows it completely apart.
Well, if it blows it completely apart, that means that Cola is inside. That's more the concern, not it's your dwarven...
That's why I healed him.
Yeah. That's why.
I mean, the tent wouldn't be able to withstand much force, so it's not like it would be like a helmet on top of a grenade or anything like that.
No.
But I'm gonna get blasted the hell out of there, and
Yeah. Okay. So then, guys.
So I will grab Cola when it goes off. Grim, could we trust you to get the thing?
Yep.
We tie a rope to Cola, and just when it's about to trigger, he gives us the thumbs up, and we stand ready.
No, I am like 100% the way, mechanically speaking, my understanding is the way this kind of spell works is Cola's attention is 100% on this. I can't even take a shit. Well, nature might do its thing.
If you guys look at his character sheet, Andrew's actually added dwarven diapers. This is his level of commitment to character. He's like an astronaut.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the person who's got me on their griffin after. And yeah, we'd lose the rope as well in that. Although we each picked up new rope, but no sense in losing one just because. So yeah. I think it's just sufficient. I'm gonna get blasted back a good few feet anyway by this thing. So someone grab me, throw a cure light on me, because I'll probably be close to dead.
It'll be me. I'll make sure Cola survives, and I'll carry him on my...
So you want us to then put your armor on you?
There may not be time.
Okay, well, yeah.
I mean, I would prefer to fly with all my protection, yes. So if you can be ready, and if any of you are familiar with putting on dwarven armor, if I'm awake and like standing, then I can put my own armor on. That won't be a problem.
Tom's a fighter, and it does cut down the time to dawn.
Yeah, if I stand ready to assist, we can get it ready and just.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Then let's plan to do that. We'll have the armor. Waiting with my backup clothing. And then we go and tie me up.
Okay.
Can you rest in the armor?
Technically.
Yeah, for this campaign, we've been saying that you can sleep in the armor. It's
sure.
Because of the amount of attacks you guys have at night, it.
We can do something. Someone on this panel here can do something about that if that's a concern.
My light and load spell is very useful.
True. And Brandon, I think the reality is after an identify spell, like the dwarven body would probably, regardless of whether or not in the armor, I'm not saying it's going to be a restful sleep, but Cola might just pass out whether or not he's in the armor. This is a stupid idea, guys. I was just about to say that. This is a stupid idea. But I agree.
Stupid idea we've come up with. So
we don't want her attacking the valley.
Yeah,
and this is the only way to guarantee her attention's not on the valley.
Wait, just to be clear with this, it attracts undead, right? That's what this thing does.
Usually cold light walkers specifically.
Okay, so if we did it in front of the Caves of Hunger, it's not going to drive out the gnolls.
Let's not do that.
The vampire gnolls that are in there.
I mean, it's specifically like the undead that she is using. I don't know if there's we have not yet seen a direct connection between those two forms of undead. I don't think.
Fair enough.
But we also don't want to flare this out right at the Caves of Hunger and then draw her to us while we are in said caves, and then she could walk us in there and get back out. Or she's waiting for us there with her dragon and crap right at the entrance when we get out. I'd rather have her searching for us out here in the wilderness.
It also might attract the attention of other parties we don't want to attract, the Arcane Brotherhood and whatnot.
Right. Okay, with the tent set up.
So that's an interesting point. This was something that they discussed last time, and one of the things we pointed out is that, absent there being some kind of, artifact that they're making use of or whatnot, you can rely on for this type of game, you can rely on the Arcane Brotherhood would have access to spells that you guys would be aware of. So the gods like Auril will obviously break the rules for that, but for this it's not metagaming to say for you to activate this thing, there would have to be some what spell in the player's handbook, even high level magic, is a thing that would allow you to detect a pulse of magic.
What is
What I'm saying is that the Arcane Brotherhood, they're likely, they're probably part of the problem they're having locating this stuff is that there isn't a spell like that. There isn't a magical radar spell.
Well, yeah, but if this causes a big like explosion and smoke, they're gonna notice that. That's the problem that I have with this. Like,
This is a very wide open. You guys are in the middle of nowhere. Remember this?
well,
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
Grim doesn't want to take any chances because if they're close to the caves of hunger but not quite there, like
no,
it's-
but like we're way here. The caves of hunger are way over here.
Oh, I know.
30 miles
Mountains and
away.
stuff.
So
And a whole lot of weather, like
Oh.
snowstorms are a daily thing out here, right? So there's
No, I know.
way.
That's why Grim wants to do it here, not. I guess that's another
At the
reason why
Caves
he
of
doesn't want to
Hunger,
do it. Yeah, at the Caves of
Okay,
Hunger.
that makes
Okay.
sense. Yeah, no, the only reason I mentioned you missed that, we did have a discussion about that as well, that what the characters could expect, and like there isn't that kind of, powerful mages even themselves are not able to just like, oh, I sensed magic the way like the Force is sensed, right? Like it's just not the way that magic works in D&D unless you're a god of deificability or you've got some kind of contingency spell set up or you have access to some kind of magical artifact.
Yeah. This city's been hidden for this long of a period of time. They're not going to be able to find it. It's just like a
Exactly.
Regular
The
spell,
likelihood of
yeah.
finding this thing is
Yeah.
unlikely. That said,
yeah.
one of the creators of this thing did return to the 10 towns.
Yeah.
So who knows whether, I mean, if Grim really wants to get paranoid there, somebody with a pretty good knowledge of this seems to be a fusing of Netherese magic and the divine magic of a Monitor. The corpse that you found burned was a body of a Monitor, so
That's right.
if the person bringing the divine expertise is dead in the cabin, who's the person who's gone back to the 10 towns and what might have happened to them? There's some fodder for your paranoia, Grim. All right. So then, for today, Grim, Cola, gets Falcrol's little tent set up, retreats in there, and leaves the rest of you guys out to face the wind and the cold. Let's see here. There we go. So, the blowing snow is obviously going to affect the visibility. Where am I here? Turn that wind down just a scooch here. There we go. Tom, Grim, and Falcrol, what are you guys planning on doing during this 8 hours?
Scanning the skies for peritones.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be marching about a 30-foot diameter circle around the tent with my halberd, just keeping watch.
Okay. So what I'd like each of you guys, Falcrol, Grim, and Tom, to do is to each give us a Constitution check, please.
That's right. I can't miss this.
Need to do a slash roll there.
Just threw a dice at my head.
There we go.
Nice. Okay. Yep. Success. Success
nice.
from Grim.
Yeah.
Success from Tom. Nice. All right. So the hours of daylight are spent with you guys wandering. Falcrol walking the perimeter. Grim, under a robe, a bunch of robes, trying to stay warm and watching the sky. And Tom, what are you doing during this time?
Well, obviously, yeah, we're keeping watch, walking around to keep up, looking upwards.
Yeah.
And obviously, during this 8-hour period, we'll slowly be breaking the camp down. We'll leave probably the big tent up until maybe an hour or so, we think, before.
Yeah.
And then the last hour, we'll be getting the tent ready, making sure that Cola's out, armor's all ready, and we know who's going to help him put it on. And probably get some rope ready to tie him on to Storm, to whichever is carrying him.
Okay. So this is only daylight hours I'm concerned with because the night has not come yet. I will tell you guys, for those who have not had the benefit of being a kid standing at a bus stop in the winter, it is fucking miserable. Like walking through this stuff isn't so bad because you work up, you're able to get up a you're able to get your body temperature up and you're sweating and whatnot. But if you're just pacing and kind of making your way around, that's not sufficient. So very quickly and you're not suffering any kind of penalties or anything or any hit point damage, but you can picture how miserable this shit is.
Presumably we will still have a fire going.
Well, unless you're standing right next to the fire, it's going to avail you very little.
Well,
and if you're
we
standing
take
next to the
turns.
fire, then you're not doing a very good job of keeping watch.
Well, I think we take turns on warming up by the fire. There's 3 of us,
So if you guys are keeping a fire burning all day, that's going to be 2 more loads of firewood gone, because you normally only burn
we
about
don't
8
need
hours
it.
worth.
I'll cast Endure Cold on you guys if you need it.
Yeah. It's not...
Okay.
It is absent the casting of the spell. It's a very, very unpleasant day, so it makes for a very long and monotonous one. And unlike you guys traveling over land, where you guys can easily be missed by someone, I think that especially after the Perryton attack and having not moved your camp, you guys are feeling particularly vulnerable. The feeling of being watched is augmented by the fact that with the snow coming down, you really can't see more than about 50 yards off. And then it's lost in white. You can't see the sky. You can't see where the horizon is. And within, hours, if the paths that you walked as you tromped around, they very quickly become obscured by the falling snow. But in spite of that tension, the day passes into night without any incident. Nothing comes from the sky, nothing comes from the side, and all you can hear is for when you are closest to Kola's tent, is the sound of his voice in Dwarvish saying invocations to his god. With night coming, this is where you do start up the fire again, Tom, but it is of very little value. The blowing wind keeps the fire crackling and snapping like a thing trying to escape. The snow seems to just fall out of utter blackness from around you and above you. And Grim, would you kind of give us a 3 percentile rolls, please? Yeah, it's going to be very much the same tomorrow as well, too. So there's no sign of this wind abating throughout the evening. You guys, unfortunately, also do not have, any way of tracking the time, and there's nothing to cue how long. The only way you may be able to measure your time is how often you need to fill the logs on that struggling fire in the middle of your camp. And at this point, too, there's no, apart from the campfire and Kola's single tent with light coming from within, there's no other sign that this is a campsite for you. The griffins themselves are eager to get moving again, no doubt feeling the bite of the cold. They're moving around a little bit, but without being able to take flight and kind of stretch their limbs again, they're feeling the cold worse than, or as badly at least as what you guys are.
In that case, we should probably feed them.
So we are throughout the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as the evening passes on, you look up, all you see is just, white flakes streaking across the sky, carried by that ever-blowing wind. But you can see no moon, no stars, no sky, just blackness. We cut to inside the tent, and Kola, 8 hours seems like a very, very long time, but for you, this is one of those things where the time sort of flies by. You're so focused and so, you're so wrapped in bringing your god's attention to this device that the time passes with without you really realizing just how draining this thing is. You're caught up in the moment, as it were, and that's when you find it surprising. You can feel the pain in your knees from having knelt before this thing for so long. You can feel the pain in your shoulders for having gestured and kept this one position for so long, as you come out of the end of it and complete your ritual. Would you kindly give us a save versus breath weapon at -2 because of that damn tent?
Yay for Dwarven spell resistance.
This is breath weapon.
Yeah, no, I don't get any.
They don't apply to. Oh, that sucks.
No,
Yeah.
it's not a spell. Okay, -4. Here we go, guys.
Oh, -2.
Oh, -2? I thought
Yeah.
you said 4. Okay. Let's see how badly this goes.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
All right.
Oh, no. I might use a... Oh, I can't use a point.
Yeah, you can.
Could I?
Do you want to see what the damage is first, and then you can decide?
That is very generous. Sure.
39 points of damage.
Oh! That's a lot of 6s and 5s. Okay, maybe we'll use a point.
So if I hadn't cast that cure spell on him, he'd have been at 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's.
So go ahead. -2 to your save versus breath weapon.
Yeah, we go. Oh, exact same roll.
Oh no! All right, so you take. You guys are each sort of shocked when there's this burst of light and sound. You knew it was coming, but it's the kind of thing where 8 hours of waiting and watching. You can't. It's easy to lose track of time. And I know. Anna says that was bullshit. Honey. Hey. So 39 points of damage for Cola. Now hold on. I need to check one thing here. Okay.
It's just I'm having some PTSD, guys. This is exactly how the last session went. Cola starts off dying.
Well, I hope this isn't a foreshadowing of what my character might happen tomorrow.
Well,
Because he is the mad scientist.
if there's any doubt about whether or not we're ready to fight the White Witch, I can't even identify a magic item without dying.
Hey, maybe that's how we'll defeat her. Just give her the magic item and have her identify it.
So what I was looking up is 2nd edition does have a massive damage rule as well. Just like 3rd edition and some of the ones going forward.
Isn't that where like 50 damage where it triggers, or is it a percentage of health?
It is 50 where it triggers. So.
Save versus instant death. That's fun.
All right, so then, well, it's not instant death. It's that you took a shit ton of damage and then you also get a chance to save. Like, say, when you drop a lake on yourself.
That was epic, though.
That was pretty epic. All right, so Cola, as you're washed over by this, why don't you give us one more save versus breath weapon for you for your clothes. Let's see how they do.
I swear, if my clothes do just fine, but I don't.
Like, because you took the burst
good.
right in your face. That's
No.
Good.
Okay, so it is a scorched dwarf that you see. So you guys all turn and come racing over. And what do you guys do?
Well,
Cole is still wearing
help.
the burned remains of his clothing as he staggers out of the destroyed remnants of your tent.
I grabbed the artifact.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help Cola switch to his non-destroyed clothing and help him back into his armor.
And
Okay.
I'll be running at him with a healing spell ready.
Okay, go ahead.
I dump 2 cure moderates into him.
Roll around on the...
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you, Roll20. Thank you so much. It's great.
So
More than you had before.
10
Oh
points.
yeah, it's definitely 10 points total is good.
What is your current constitution?
Now. Well, now it's
-8, right?
It's low, but my normal Constitution is 14, so now it's a 4.
Okay.
Or is it -8 or is it -10? I thought it was 10.
Let's see.
Does that give you bonus hit points? So did you lose those first to then get hit with the attack?
No, I don't get 14. Doesn't give you anything.
Okay. That makes it easy.
8 points of Constitution.
Okay, so I have Constitution 6.
6. All right. The reason I
So glad to
ask
cast that healing spell.
is because you actually have your what level right now? 6th or 7th?
7th.
You got -1 hit point per level. If you went from 14 down to 6, you're actually at 10 hit points because of your low Constitution.
Oh, now it's even doubly more important that I'd cast that
Wait,
spell.
so hold on. So my max hit points is down to 10 now?
Your max hit points. So if you
Or I
had-
just take I take 10 more hit points?
I have some bad news. If he lost the 7 hit points, what were you at before you took the damage? Before you took 39?
It was at
46,
Well, 39
right?
plus 7, so I was at 46. Yeah.
46. So you took
was at
39
0.
points. So you would have lost your
7. Yeah.
lost your 7 hit points because of the Constitution drain. Then you would take 39 points of damage. You would have been at 0.
Oh, so I'm dead. Okay.
No. It just means
That's
that
just,
the
that's
first
just a
that-
mortal wound roll.
Yeah, that first heal is going to require a mortal wounds roll. So, Cola.
Okay, so the point being though that I'm actually at 7 after that heal.
No, you're actually at 6 right now, man. We also have to roll on mortal wounds, and
Okay.
you may not be at 6. So, your hit points were exactly 0, so that's helpful.
Oops.
And add 6, Bola. Well, not yet.
I'm gonna wait before I add the 6.
But yeah, I would still would have dumped the Cure Mod into him to start with, just for that bonus.
Okay,
But
so
I do
give
have-
us.
And I have the
a-
healing proficiency.
Would you give us a 1d20 plus 10 roll, please?
Shoot. I knew this was a bad idea.
1d20 plus 10.
Nice. Yep. So actually, you are at 7 hit points. Because you would have been at 1 from Falcor's first spell, and then you would have been, you would have received that full 6 points from the second spell. So you're at 7 hit points now. But yeah, you were. Oh, and give us a d6 roll as well. 4. Ghostly visions of your companions. So I think that you maybe, while you were unconscious, you briefly had a vision of the creator of this thing. And the creator seems to, like, there's a man standing there. You recognize the robes fully restored with the colors of a minotaur on them and speaking to you. But you can't quite understand what he's saying. And you are wrenched back from that. And you're kind of looking around trying to see where the man went.
Did you guys see that?
What are you talking about?
So
That big
we're
flash of
getting
light?
up.
No, the stranger in the he was right there.
Yeah.
Really?
Get in your armor. We gotta go.
Oh, it's a good thing we didn't have Grim do the identify.
Yeah, I thought briefly about that. And I'm like, no, yeah, that's what he would have been dead.
Yeah, no.
All right,
Cola, yeah, go ahead.
so scrambling up, Cola gets his, starts getting his armor back on. Thomas, helps him get into his warmer clothes, and it's almost like you're too tired. I think with a constitution that low and having taken that much damage too, like even in spite of getting dressed up and getting your clothes on and the armor on too, you're just shivering like crazy. You got a chill to you, Cola. You just cannot shake.
Yeah.
Grim and Falcor. So Grim grabs the artifact, and where do you place the Summer Star?
Hey, I don't know. In my bag.
Remember, this thing has a tendency to explode.
I do. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Let's put it in the.
Yeah, you mean it might interact with the bag of holding? Yeah.
I'm gonna try to. Okay, so can I? I'm gonna take briefly off my Crag Cat cloak and just kind of wrap it on, because I still have other winter clothes.
Yep.
And I'll wrap it as delicately as possible.
Okay.
In kind of a bundle. And try to hold it that way.
Okay, so you've got that thing, and then are you putting it in like in a saddle bag or something, or?
Yeah, in the saddle, so I can always keep it within reach.
That's a good idea.
All right, so you've got that in the side, and then what about Falcro? What were you doing? Cola's looking still pretty banged up, and he's talking about, even as Tom is helping him get dressed, he's still talking about like, where did that guy go?
I'm gonna hit him with
Where is he?
2 more Cure Light Wounds, and then I'll just save my Cure Series for when it's absolutely needed. So another 6. And then
I'm assuming that Cola's I'm playing it this way, one way or the other. That Cola's just too out of it to bother to be able to. He doesn't have the state of mind to be able to heal himself right now. So
and then
I appreciate it.
Start getting the Griffins load up, and I'll have Cola in my saddle with me and get him roped in.
Tom? Mm-hmm. Do you hear something?
No.
Could have sworn you could hear a screech on the wind.
It's that guy I was telling you about.
No screech. I've heard a lot of screeches.
So, what's perception based on this one?
I'm asking what you do. I told you what you heard. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. So do these sound like peritons?
They do not. It sounds honestly like an anguished wail of something dying. But maybe, hold on.
Can
maybe
I get
your
a
ears are
direction?
playing tricks on you.
Oh, great.
See if we
Is he
can
the only one who hears this?
While he's you can picture he runs up and sort of puts some of the extra supplies on one of the griffins. He hears this and is looking around. And unfortunately, like again, there's blackness all over, snow streaking across the sky. Grim and Falcarol are, trying to get Cola over to Stormwing and get him ready to go. What are you doing?
Okay, I'll say I think I can hear something, so I will go over to Typhoon, pull out the bow.
Okay.
Because they're all stacked ready to go, and say, I'll watch, you get him ready, tied on, and then we're leaving.
Right.
Okay.
I'll help.
We're not even bothering to put the fire out.
Sure. Let's see. I think you hear it again, Tom. Same direction. So Cola is on Stormwing at this point and sort of lashed in as best he can be.
Oh, no, I was going to have Cola ride same saddle with me on Silverbeak.
I think we went through the weight. He's got plate mail armor on plus his weight. They're strong and whatnot, so like, I think they can carry a little bit extra, but I mean, Falco, what's the armor you're wearing?
I'm wearing banded.
Yeah, so.
They can carry Goliaths, can't they?
We did discuss that I'd be tied to one of them. I mean, this was not...
Well,
I thought you were being tied to Stormwing, but if that's fine.
I thought we worried that Stormwing's a dumbass, is not gonna follow the rest. I'm gonna end up wherever, because I can't fly Stormwing. That's the problem.
No, but what's the difference between you being on Stormwing and it being led, or you not being on Stormwing and it being led?
Well, the difference being that I'm much more valuable than the crap I have on Stormwing.
And Stormwing itself.
Yeah, okay. If they're leaving
if that's what you guys are
Stormwing-
playing, that's fine. Like, well, it'll just be on. I mean, these saddles are not designed for you to be covered. So,
let's make it simple. Tie me to Stormwing. We'll say that was the plan, because if that, I don't like, if it was miscommunication, that's fine. My only concern is then we need to be sure that Stormwing will follow the party, because I cannot. My brain is too tired to fly, let alone my body. Because flying like a horse is a hell of a lot of energy, let alone. A griffin, so I don't have, my legs won't be able to squeeze. I got nothing. So
how long are you guys planning on traveling tonight too? You've all been up all day, as have the griffins.
At least what do you guys think, 2 hours of flight just to get away?
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Okay.
how dark is it? Can will Stormwing be able to see the rest of you as we go?
Pitch black, and remember there's blowing snow, so it's completely overcast tonight.
I mean, eagles have the predators, they have really good eyes, but they're not bats or owls.
Yeah.
So like, we can't tie Stormwing, can't daisy chain literally. So I just like.
Like I said, I'm not concerned about Falcro. Whether you were on Stormwing or not, I'm not concerned about Falcro being able to lead that thing.
Okay.
He's a ranger. He would be able to do that. Same thing with Lex.
Okay.
So, you managed to get Cola lashed to Stormwing, and you're keeping watch out, Tom. Oh. Tom, did you see something? It almost looked like a tattered piece of cloth caught in the wind. Or maybe your eyes are playing tricks on you. None of the rest of you guys have heard this, incidentally.
Okay, I think we need to leave now. Are we all ready to go?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go.
So you guys will
In
mount
that
up.
case, I'll jump up on top of Typhoon. I'm standing next to him.
All right. Now, let's see here. You guys could travel 30. Okay, so you guys can get about 7.5 miles, as long as you don't get lost. Let's see.
I'm going to be riding Tail End Charlie, so I'm slightly higher and above.
It's pitch blackness, and you have no dark vision, and there's no other sources of light. Are you sure that's a good idea?
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, we probably need some light. Do we need light to climb it?
Like, the griffins are going to have some degree of an ability to like sense where each other are, but I mean, it's going to follow your commands, Tom. So put yourself in the situation that your character is in. With the wind is going to be even worse as you're flying along on top of these things. If you're trying to I'm assuming what your thought is that you want to be in a position to be able to respond if you see something happen, but you're in pitch blackness, so how would you see that?
Okay. So is there no moon or aurora out tonight?
Just said it's in a snowstorm. It's overcast.
All right.
So, what are you guys planning on doing then? Are we just fall as close as you guys can reach together and then go 2 hours?
Yeah.
I can cast no direction to kind of get our bearing on north and just go.
Yeah, that would help with your getting lost. If you do cast that to John.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll kind of take point and make sure Stormwing's behind us, and you guys follow. Like maybe Grim and then Tom right behind, so we can just keep an eye on each other.
Okay. All right. So then, after the first hour, so you're able to travel. Are you guys heading directly towards Caves of Hunger? Is that the plan?
Kind of the goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, I think that. Go ahead and move your token to about there. Whoever wants to control the party's token.
Yep, I'll do that. Oh, I don't have control.
Does no one have control of it? Is it just me? Just a cruel joke I'm playing on you guys?
You.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't.
No, I can't do anything either.
Yeah, we take this stuff up and crash in the river.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. It is going to go to right there. There. Okay. All right, now I'd like everyone to give us a Constitution check, please. Oh no!
This is not going to go well for me, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh no. I failed too.
Can we astonishing fortune that?
There's 3 points of astonishing fortune left.
We're
Let's
not
see.
wasting them all on this. I'm
So
gonna go
Cola
without.
failed, Grim failed, and Tom failed. So guys, what the consequence is going to be is that you guys are fatigued. This has just been a very stressful and long day. What fatigue will do, all of your ability scores are treated as 2 lower.
Ooh, then I go for Cola.
Yeah. In addition to that, you also suffer -2 on all attack rolls and saving throws. And if you continue making any of you who are fatigued, if you continue to do strenuous activity, you have to make another Constitution check in 10 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Nah, we need to land.
All right. So this puts us to about 10 o'clock at night. You guys are riding. And maybe when you drop back, I mean, Falco, you do have the benefit of dark vision. So when you drop back and take a look at your allies, first off, does anyone want to spend Astonishing Fortune to re-roll?
Nah, let's just rest because we're.
It makes sense narratively that Cola is absolutely just knackered.
Yeah.
So
Colas and, well, I mean, for all of you guys as well, too. Like, a day straight of keeping watch and waiting for this cataclysmic thing to go off, like, that's got to be a very wild, especially the night of the attack, or the night after the attack by the Peritons. It's got to be stressful as shit. So, you know, then, like, hopping up and thinking that you're being pursued by something. And, Tom, your nat 20 kind of makes sense with you being the only one who saw those things, right? And or whatever is making that noise and whatever is pursuing you. You guys are nearly falling out of the saddles with exhaustion, Falcor. That's what you can see for your allies. So what do you do?
I shout over the wind, land. We can't keep going.
Okay.
So you guys land, and it is it's a few minutes before Cola actually has to be unlashed from his from where his thing is. His constitution's down to a 4 right now, so he's probably like shallow breathing. Grim and Tom both likewise look just knackered.
I tell them to get the
Well, we need to get the tent up and get Cola inside.
you said
Don't
all
worry about
ability
it.
scores go down by 2?
All by 2, yeah.
we treated just 2 less, yeah.
Yeah.
But I have create campsite, which will set up our campsite and our tent.
Nice.
You guys get the griffins taken care of. I will handle the campsite.
All right.
Okay. What's the casting time of that?
Let me double check.
I mean, I'm just curious.
It'd be pointless if it was long enough to actually.
No, but I wanted to look if it's a minute or not. I really can't remember.
Yeah.
This is just out of curiosity.
It's like an hour.
In the other game, I have my macros set up.
It's actually like this elaborate Rube Goldberg thing where it's like
Exactly.
you need material components, which is the contents of a campsite, and by casting it, you set up a tent and everything.
Well,
Gods
kinda
help
do.
those who help themselves.
That's what
Magic.
Okay, create campsite is 3 casting time of 3, so it's quick.
Nice. Okay, so it's instantaneous. So you guys sit down, and Falcor says a couple words in Elvish.
Yeah, it takes about 16 rounds to set the camp up once it goes off, but yeah.
16 rounds. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
that's
it's 44
16 minutes.
rounds actually.
So it's 15.
Well,
yeah.
no, it's 44.
Oh, is it? I just threw dice at my head again.
Sorry, it's
John, what did I do to you?
So 8 rounds.
All right, 8 rounds. So it's 8 minutes. All right. So I think by the time you guys get the saddles off of the griffins and you get them sort of safely kind of staked together and whatnot, Cola, you're just maybe like collapsed to your knees. I'm just kind of waiting for everything to finish setting up. The 8 minutes passes very, very slowly for you. And
In fact,
then
I think I'll like kind of curl into a ball and pull the Craig Cat cloak around me more, and I'm just kind of rolling and
yeah, I think Cola still hasn't stopped shaking from that. But with Falcrol's magic, the last of the effects kind of sort of sets up, and a fire is when the fire springs to life. and you guys are able to go shuffling in. Tom, in spite of your exhaustion, I'm assuming you're still trying to help out Cola, so you help him back up.
Yeah, I'll sort of like, well, drag him or sort of like, have him almost in a fireman's carry and try and like stagger into the tent with him.
Love it. So you bring him in, and they all make their way in. Falco, am I correct in thinking you're taking the first
Absolutely,
watch?
I'm not fatigued.
Yeah.
So I'm actually maybe have Silverbeak not too far from me, not staked down, so I am not alone watching.
Okay.
So.
All right. Then, with you guys setting down, Tom, do you say anything about the... Falco has insisted on taking the first watch, having seen how you guys are, the big bags. Do you say anything?
I'll say I heard something just before we left, and I think I saw something, but it's very hard to tell in the a cry, but not a periton sort of cry.
What did you see?
It was almost like a brag drifting in the wind, wasn't it?
Didn't we?
Was it?
I didn't see a particular object. It was just almost at the corner of the eye. I'm kind of assuming that's the effect.
Didn't we see something similar to that above those, like the little cliff face above the glacier we had to cross over? Over by Evermelt?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the flying things that were really nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were those called? The Arctic gliders, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. You mean
The thing that's from Frostburn. The thing that's.
Yeah.
George.
Yeah. George. Yeah. It's George's fault.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking of. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Tom has distinct recollections of those things. Didn't it look like genuine, like tattered rags?
Okay.
You know what it looked like is, remember the curtains in the Black Lodge?
Mm-hmm.
Look kind of like that.
I remember slashing that out of just reflex.
So, with our heroes bedding down, with Falcarol and Silverbeak sitting near the campfire, you wouldn't think it, given where you guys find yourself, but Cola, Tom, and Grim, you very quickly pass out once your head lies down in your bedroll. And we leave Falcarol on his own. He is very, very lonesome.
So Silverbeak's good company, but
So let's take our mid-session break, guys. We'll come back and see if anything interesting happens overnight. So for those listening at home, we'll be back momentarily. Hey, Steve O's in chat.
setting this thing off was a bad idea.
Might have a good purpose.
Yeah. I was over here thinking that because there's an arcane and a divine person working on setting this thing up, I'm like, we have an arcane caster and 2 divine casters. Maybe the problem has been trying to link arcane and divine magic together to get this thing to function, and we might need to find a cleric of the goddess of magic to bridge that gap.
That'd be a good point. Might be another reason to go to the Harper's contact.
Or we need to find one of those altars to the biggest god of magic.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe.
Because Netherese used magic that was pre this era, so
Yeah.
if they're trying to combine current arcane magic with previous divine magic.
Well, and that thing essentially functioned as an identify. Is what we use those altars for. So.
I'm wondering if the divine version of the identify is what's setting it off, and the arcane might not be doing it.
Well, I don't want to test that out myself, but.
Curious. Man, I hope we avoid these cloaked things.
Because, I made a big breakfast, and then suddenly there was a doorbell ring. Our in-laws are, our in-laws, my in-laws are here.
Oh.
They just bring McDonald's, and it's like, here, food now. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to have a very light dinner.
Yeah, McDonald's. That's a lot of calories.
It's a lot.
What'd they bring you?
And I made a full English breakfast this morning, too, so...
Oh, wow.
But, like, I don't want to waste the food. Or be rude. Ruder than being down here when they're visiting, but they knew I was going to be occupied until 1, so...
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, you can't be too... you gotta expect that people have their own thing going on, including including their own dietary schedules. You can't just be like, "Your food," like.
Yeah, no. It's fine.
Like
it was arranged, so I knew I would be occupied for the first bit of the visit.
Yeah.
Okay, so hello everybody. Let's check on the chat quickly here. Greg, what's going on? Welcome to the weekend. What time zones are we in? It varies, Greg. I'm in Mountain Time. Joe's in Pacific, Andrew's in Eastern, or Central, aren't you? Central or Eastern, Andrew? I can't remember what Toronto is.
Eastern.
Eastern, and then Mo's in GMT. So we're kind of all over the place in ours.
Well, PST actually.
Is it GMT or not?
No, we're on summertime now, so it's an hour ahead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, you guys do a weird time zone switch thing, right?
Let's see here.
Not just daylight savings, but...
Oh, I think Andrew, John already answered it in chat anyway. Well
I was
ahead
wrong,
of me.
so...
Okay, hi everybody. Let's see here. We got Steve-O. Hope everything is going well in Peru, buddy. There's... yeah. Got a longer kill list than his players. I don't know if has Steve lost a character? I mean, I know that Religo's nearly died a bunch of times.
At least half a dozen.
Yeah, so... but yeah, we haven't had our... I'm trying to think, in spite of how challenging some of the things have been, we haven't had any character deaths. We've had NPCs die in Night Below. And we've had one death in this campaign. We've had Tom shuffled off his mortal... No, two, because...
Yep.
Yeah.
Who else did we... Oh, yeah, but...
Right at the beginning of...
Erlich de Melnebron.
Yeah.
That's like Astonishing Fortune. You don't get to use that when you make a dumb choice.
Yeah.
Exactly. Worth it.
Yeah, that was really... I can't take the credit for that. That was really a self-inflicted, you know?
worth it.
Go into this seedy bar you can, and then try to pick a fight with the gang leader.
While still
already
damaged
down.
from the fight from the Yeti.
One hit point.
And he didn't tell any of the rest of us where he was going. So there was no expectation of backup at all. What? Nope. That's signaling to the GM. You know what? I was feeling weird when I rolled the character up. I'm not feeling it.
Oh no! I mean, no, I had an idea of what to take with him had he survived somehow, but I wasn't too upset that he didn't survive either. So it's there's a couple ways. Either way, he was gonna have a rude awakening. That was what I was gonna go with.
Or never wake up.
Well, I mean, it was his rude awakening is what caused him to never wake up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
that was the form it took.
All right. So my neighbors across the street are having a garage sale, because why not in the middle of the pandemic? So Anna's just going nuts. Anyway,
we got a bunch of people doing yard sales here too.
yeah, it's
I mean, if everybody's fully vaxxed and it's outdoors and they're doing distancing, it's in theory. But we know that Calgary's not exactly doing its good job of
not doing a great job
of managing these
it's not
things.
Great.
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
great.
it's not like
There's a reason I still got this stupid fucking man bun.
It's not like putting on football matches in Wembley Stadium
Well,
at all.
Yes.
no.
England is hold my pint. Oh, jeez. All right. So anyway, the night Cola passes out, Tom passes out, Grim passes out. What is the plan for keeping watch? They need at least how long is it? To recover, they need at least 2 hours of sleep to recover from the fatigue.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna watch for
banana.
at least 2 hours and check on them, or however close I can manage it.
Do half elves do they need the same amount of sleep? They're not like elves who can.
Yeah, I don't
meditate.
trance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's see here. Okay. Okay. So it is about 2 hours of you sitting around. And let's just quickly move to a different map here. No reason.
Figured.
Just.
I've got Silverbeak to keep me company, so I'm not too frightened, but still scared.
Listen to that optimism. That's great.
My ring prevents me from too much fear.
Uh-huh.
Magical one, anyway. The rest of it's stuck.
Okay.
If it's a dragon, you guys are on your own.
All right, so we got Lex can go to the GM's lair here.
I'll have to nobly lead it away, so you guys can go on without me.
All right. Graham. Silverbeak, Typhoon. Oh, and Silverbeak will be over with you by the fire. Falcaro. Tom, Cola, and Grim snug as bugs in a rug. So here we are. It is about, you'd guess, Falcaro, maybe a little past midnight. Actually, that's not true, it'll be later, but closer to 1, because of the time spent kind of getting Cola, tied up. You can hear the sound of sort of the griffins, Is Stormwing still at 9 hit points?
Everybody should be fully healed.
Yeah, I think
Storming was full on the other screen. It could
Well,
just be left over from the fight.
Storming. This is what's left over from the fight. Then I thought so.
Yeah, it's,
So
since
Stormwing should be at 2 more.
Yeah, it's because they're not linked to character sheets. They don't transfer between maps.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So I'll let you maybe this weekend I'll get that set up for you guys so that it will set up properly. No. Typhoon's not at full.
really?
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought he was.
No. I just whatever it was. What was it a moment ago? There you go.
I think
Okay,
Mo,
that-
the griffins on the previous screen were just the like placeholders.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the current
Yeah.
status from the last episode. Or,
So,
session.
all right, then, guys. And I just gave him the healing for overnight. For animal husbandry from Falcro, and then the one from just healing overnight. So you were sitting here, Falcro. The fire is crackling before you, and you think you can hear, carried on the wind, a sound of a keening, a voice crying out in anguish. You remember what Tom told you. What do you do?
First off, I offer a silent prayer up to Solinar to, hide us from our enemies and ease us on our way. But other than I stand up, get my halberd ready, and just watch.
Okay. You think you can hear that keening and screeching getting closer? And you're looking in one direction, and you think you hear something tattered and moving. You kind of look. You can't see anything. Silverbeak is getting more agitated.
And, step back towards the tent, kind of half raise my voice and say inside, "To your feet. We may have company."
Everyone give us a constitution check, please.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Another one.
Do I even need to bother?
No, 'cause, I mean,
I could roll a 1.
This is why we roll dice, yeah, because you never know.
Well, you guys
Yeah.
did manage to
Success.
recover fatigue, so hopefully that helps.
Yes.
Oh wait, we did. Okay, so then am I still at 4, or am I?
Oh, so we have had the 2 hours.
You have not had the
rest,
2
we-
hours yet.
Oh,
No, I didn't
No.
think so.
So I'm at
Oh,
4.
okay. Well, then
I thought you did.
Yeah.
then
No.
I even more failed.
Oops.
Yeah.
What? Roll. Oh, it was because it was
Oh,
all
it's just,
combined. Okay, hold on.
There we go.
Yeah, forget it.
So it does not mean that you guys cannot wake up. It means that what Falcor has done thus far has not woken you up. So those of you who failed, you can spend Astonishing Fortune or re-roll if you like. But Tom, you are a trained fighter, and back in your homeland, you're used to keeping awake in case family members decide to come calling in the night. So you jerk awake, and you can hear that same keening that you heard before. So,
Okay.
what would
I'll
you
grab
like
my
to do
sword and
next,
go out.
guys? Falcor, that sound is getting louder. And you think it's coming from at least 2 different directions now.
Man. I'm gonna move down to Silverbeak and kind of place a calming hand on her and just keep watch. Because I assume I hear Tom stirring.
What does Tom say?
Yeah, so I sort of come out of the deep sleep and say, right, I'm with you. And he sort of grabs his sword and gets ready to move out, so that'll be that turn.
Okay.
And then I shall move outside.
Okay, so you grab your sword and you go outside. You can see that your allies are still, dead asleep inside. And you can hear the exact same thing that I described to Falco. There's coming from, oh god, it's 3 directions now. Screeching.
Hey.
Okay, I shall
And you can hear the sound
put
of...
the map down. And stand ready. I say, Fulcrum, I'll look out on this sector, and I shall start looking north.
Okay. All right, so you're looking north, and then what? Let's see here. Why don't you, Falco? You're the one on watch. Give us a 1d10
Actually, I think I'll
roll,
move
please.
away from the fire, not to silhouette myself.
Okay. Okay. So, guys, you will not be surprised when whatever is going to happen is going to happen.
You won't be.
let's go to the DM's layer and we set something up here.
At this rate, Kola might sleep through his entire death.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to set up the. I'll set up the hit bar before the hit point bar first.
Yeah, she turns up and says, "Oh, thank you for telling me where you were." Yeah, I imagine it's not her.
Or we knew that was the intent, and we knew this was a risk. I definitely wish we had Gorwin and Lex around.
And Store.
And Store.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
with that awesome lightning katana that we never get to use.
Yeah, that's true. Have you guys actually seen the lightning katana in play yet?
No, it's never gotten any use.
Okay. Okay, I got the bar set up, guys. All right. So then, let me select everybody so I can. There we go. All right. So, everyone decide what you want to, or I guess Tom and Tom and Falkrell decide what you want to do with your round. And then let's see here. Why don't we start with Brandon? You've been gone for a little while. Brandon, I'll start with you. Brandon, would you kindly beat my 8? Nice. All right, so I'm acting on an 8. Nice. And then Tom, what are you thinking of doing this round?
I am.
Remember, we'll put in your action number.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Speed. Yeah, that would be. So.
Okay, great. Then it is Falkrell and Tom. You guys are acting before I am. So you can hear something almost at the edge of vision, and keening as well too. There's a almost like a scream that's been carried on the wind, so it's hard to hear where it's coming from. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to step closer to Falkrell and ready on action to see if someone comes in and attack us. Just hit it.
Okay. And then Falkrell?
I think if we stand almost back to back, it might be better.
Yeah, Falkrell's gonna use his action to ready his halberd as a reach weapon.
Okay.
Or just to ready it as a reach weapon, and I'm gonna step next to Tom and.
All right. So then, it is their turn, guys. What comes flying out of the darkness towards you that appears to be nothing but a mass of tattered, wind-blown rags and fury come soaring towards you. We get to the right layer here. So first, this begins flying in. Then plunges into the ground, passing through it, leaving no disturbance behind.
great. That's good. Good. Cool.
Until it bursts out in front of you, Tom. Tom, this passes through you. You take 8 points of damage. DR does not apply. And I need a save versus death from you, please.
Ouch.
Okay.
At -2.
At -2 because of the shit. Yeah, because of the fatigue.
Odd.
Come on, Tom. I have full faith in you. Oh, the faith was misplaced. You can spend a point of astonishing fortune if you like. What you're going to suffer is dexterity loss here.
I'll spend a point to re-roll that.
Please do. Yes. All right. So you've faced something like this before too. As it jerks out and starts passing through you, what you can feel Tom, is that same chill that locks in your muscles the way that the Cold Light Walkers did. So you're able to pull yourself back in time before it could take effect. We see the same thing. Come flapping in towards you, Tom, and it disappears into the ground and then bursts up with you, Falcaro, from underneath the ground. Falcaro, what is your dexterity bonus to AC?
Dex bonus to AC.
I don't think any of you guys have magical armor right now, so.
Yeah, it's 3.
It's 3, okay. So then you are also hit. You only take 1 point of damage. DR does not apply. And then I need a save versus death from you. Then I will let both of you... The reason I'm not letting you make the attacks beforehand, guys, because I don't think that you were anticipating them come from the ground. I'll still let you make your ready to action to make an attack now, but it wasn't able to interrupt them. Oh, so close.
Yeah.
You want to spend a point of Astonishing Fortune?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, go ahead. You got a pretty good chance of succeeding in that.
Well,
There you go, nice.
Oh, of course, yes, you're not.
just the amount that's coming at us, I'm not sure how much it's going to be useful.
Yeah. And then...
I can't make an attack because it's reach.
Oh, okay. So... And this disappears out of the ground. And then reappears here, and I'm going to randomly determine which you guys attack. Sorry, John, like I had genuinely thought of how I wanted these things to appear before you had your tactics, so I'm not just trying to...
I don't expect every fight to go my way, so...
Yeah, okay.
But, Tom, you attack things next to me, I'll attack things next to you. How's that
Okay,
work?
so this bursts up. It's attacking Tom. No, and Tom, you're actually knowing what to expect as this thing sort of rises out of the ground, and these brownish or blackish tattered rags kind of reach towards you. You step back, and it isn't able to make contact with you. Then, guys, let's have you make your ready to actions. Go ahead. Oh yeah, Tom. Sorry, Falco, you can't.
I've done it. I missed.
Oh, did you attack when?
Right above my last saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not seeing all your rolls for them.
The saving throws go to
Saving
the
throws
end.
always get whispered.
Oh.
So yeah, and let's just hold off if I'm making attack rolls until I actually ask you to do it, please.
Okay.
Okay. So now go ahead and make your attack roll.
No, I'll take the one I roll.
Okay. Well, that's a miss. So.
Yeah, but I did it before you said, so I'll take it.
All right.
The DM's throwing you a bone.
Yeah,
Take the shot.
Falco. No, don't want it. That's okay.
I readied my
Falco,
weapon. I don't have an attack.
Didn't you say you were going to attack the ones not near you? Can't you get the one that?
That's the coming fights because I've readied my halberd this round.
Oh, well, but hold on.
Blade, whatever it is.
Can't you attack this one right here? Where is it?
Yeah.
I can, but it takes an action to ready it. Remember?
No.
That's true.
Hold on. So the
That's
halberd
the
was
turn
readied
before,
with reach to attack foes that were at reach, right?
But yeah, that.
So
because
isn't this dude right over here? Isn't he
I'll take it. Yeah.
at
I'll
reach
attack
from
him.
you?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'd got set up to fight before the turn
Yeah.
actually
But just
kicked
like
off.
I'm trying to give a fair interpretation of what you readied there, and while I agree these ones are not going to be able to attack, but that one is at reach for you, right?
No, I rolled a 2, so I don't think that's.
Oh
gonna-
shit! No. So you swing down. I think these things coming out right underneath you is enough to sufficiently freak you out. Grim and Kolo, why don't you each give us a D10 roll now? Now that there's actually the sounds of battle outside and the griffins screeching. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, all right. So
Die of dex damage.
Kola.
If only there was somebody in this fight that could have attacks that didn't depend on attack rolls.
Yep.
You know, I don't know.
If only there's someone who could throw fire at these things.
Yeah, I know.
If
Or
only
magic
there was
missiles
someone-
that automatically hits. Or have a staff that shoots ice missiles that,
That,
automatically hit.
Or a magical axe that can go flying around.
Yeah, exactly.
That
didn't
turn undead ability that regular clerics
Oh,
gets
that's
looking
true.
better and better too, right?
That's true too.
You know, don't give. We get enough comments on it as it is,
Yeah.
Dave and I.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Hey, I got it too
can't
when they
turn
remember I'm a
undead.
cleric.
Okay, so unfortunately, John did a great job in the Barrel Maze game. You did an awesome job of driving a bunch of those things off. And it's no small task turning undead in the Barrel Maze. All right, so then, guys, that's the end of round 1. We're on to round 2. Unfortunately, Grim and Cola are surprised this round, but you will be able to act. So you're awake, but sort of like trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And Cola, you think you may have been dreaming of that same robed man.
So I'm dancing with my mom.
A pillow over her face as you dance back and forth. Jeez. All right. So then, second round. Grim, you kicked my ass last time. So, Brandon, everyone decide what you want to do with your round. And then, Brandon, would you kindly beat my 2?
Probably not. Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get hit. It's gonna hurt a lot.
All right. Well, fortunately, you're getting better defenses now. Okay, then I've got 2
Wait,
on Tom.
The 9 is the initiative, not the 1, right? 'Cause
The
they're both
9 is the initiative, yeah.
Okay.
1 was a surprise roll for
Yeah,
Brandon.
right, okay.
All right,
okay.
so Tom, once again, that one that you managed to avoid before, it's bringing itself out of the ground and like crawling towards you, and you're keeping a distance, dancing back and forth, so it does not contact with you. Same thing with the second one. There were 2 3s.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do these things deal cold damage?
They do not.
Okay. Just
Okay.
curious.
No. And then, however, you are hit, Falcoro. And Falcoro, you take 7 points of damage. DR does not apply, and I need one more save from you, please. That's those cold. 1 point of astonishing fortune left. What do you think?
I'm not using it.
So you take 2 points of dexterity damage.
8.
All right, then it is Silverbeak. They're not going to be able to affect these things. So,
I assumed that. So
yeah, like you can assume they're attacking while this is going on. We're just not going to bother going through with the rolls because they can't effectively damage these things. So then, first up is Falcoro and Tom. What are you guys doing? And Cola, you're surprised this round, so unfortunately,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to hit the one that's in front of Falcrel.
Please do.
I know Falcrel's got a halberd out.
Yeah. So you're thinking this one right here
Oh, I
between the
think-
tent?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, go right ahead. Yes, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hits.
Medium-sized
They
creature.
are medium size.
Yes.
That's like the lowest you can roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Still
But-
feeling the cold, I think. However,
As
this is a
you
magic weapon.
as your sword passes through it, okay, there is it cuts through the robes. You really feel like it's barely contacting with it. But there's a rime of frost that forms on the outside of your blade as it comes through the thing. Then, Falcro, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna attack the one to the top right of Tom
Go right ahead.
with my cold halberd of speed.
You got it. Here we go. Yes, solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, your frost means nothing to me.
Oh, jeez.
+2, half damage from cold.
Sorry?
My halberd makes me immune to non-magical cold, and I take half damage from
Oh,
cold.
yeah,
so-
no, unfortunately, this is, it's, you can feel it like chill, but it's effectively like necrotic damage that you're taking.
Yeah.
It's untyped in second edition. Second edition's got no consistency with the way it describes a lot of different things.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's just like life-draining cold, not heat-draining cold.
Precisely, yeah. It's like tissue damage as opposed to just whatever. All right, so then they're not going to have any actions. Grim and Cola are still trying to get their bearings. Tom, you have your second attack. Go ahead.
So do I.
Great, I should have had this queued up.
That's okay. Small group today, so. Oh, it's a miss. Then Falco, your second attack.
Going after the same one.
Miss as well.
Why do I
Shit.
got
Bless you. Yeah, these things, I mean, it's, blackened, tattered rags is kind of what you're fighting, so it's really hard to see what you're actually trying to hit. I believe that's the end of the round, guys, so we are on to round 3. Brandon, we welcome you back, and we thank you for your assistance with rolling initiative, but it will now pass over to Mo. So everyone decide what you're doing with your round. Cola and Grim, you can both act now. And then Tom, oh shit. Mo, would you kindly beat my 1?
Ridiculous, Kev.
Sorry. It's like I had on Wednesday, I was rolling nothing lower than like a 7. So it just goes differently on different days. Nice. Okay, so
am I gonna need to spend a full action to get my staff and get out?
yes, you will need to spend your half your move to get up, and then grabbing your staff.
And to clarify, just what we had said, we put Cola in his armor, and he passed out in it. So
Yes.
I am in my armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and this is just sort of refreshing, and then for those who may be new to the campaign too, because AD&D punishes not wearing armor so badly, and we use random encounters overnight in a lot of our games, we ignore the sleeping in armor rule because it's mathematically unfair to the.
Do we know it? I thought we just do extras downtime to make up for it.
Yeah, this one you do extra downtime. It depends on what rules you want to follow, but yeah, it's extra sleeping time that you need, and your exposure to the elements is more. If you sleep in metal armor outside a tent, your body temperature counts as even lower than what it is because of the metal. But in any event, for those who may be curious, and as a refresher, we don't worry about that in this. In Barrow Maze, oh boy, you guys are screwed if you're sleeping in your armor. All right, so they got 2 on Tom here. So Tom, these things have fully lifted out. One of them is sort of lurking above you, and the other one is still skittering around near your feet. The one above you. I hit I think it's a miss. AC 0?
Oh, yeah, that'll hit.
Shit.
I think our lowest AC is 1 in this game.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's affected by my DC, my dex drop as well.
Yeah, so you take 4 points of damage, and I need a save versus death from you. That one above, shit, and the one below hits you as well.
Let's go back.
Damage first. How much damage for that?
So that's 5 damage from the second one, 4 damage from the first one, 5 damage from the second, and I need 2 saves from you, please. Falcrel, this one attacks you, nat 1, so it does not. You're able to keep it at a distance. It may be kind of splitting its attention between you and Silverbeak. So that's 1 fail. Shit. Do you want to spend that last point of Astonishing Fortune to re-roll one of those?
No, I think we need to save it for someone's on death's door.
Okay, so you actually lose 4 points of dexterity. Then it is Grim's turn first. Grim, so you're getting up and getting your staff ready?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. Then it is Falcrel's turn. What are you doing, Falcrel?
Same thing. Attack the top right one with the Halberd of Speed.
Please do.
Oh, these are undead, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
I have been using the wrong
my sword
attack.
actually do anything to the thing?
What was that, Mo?
When I hit it, did it just not do as much damage as I thought it would do, or is it?
It wasn't a great hit, but it. So it's.
Oh, it
tough
just
to-
looked like I've damaged it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, remember you did roll minimum damage, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
point of view for the watchers: when your favorite enemy is undead, remember to click the right attack button. Because my attack to hit these are much better.
Yeah, go ahead. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Hit
These
from
are-
Mo as well, or Tom.
No, hold on, that's not set up right. There it is.
Okay, and Falcro. All right, nice.
A bit better.
A little bit better, yeah. Okay, so you guys are hit these things, and you're hacking away little bits of fabric that fall to the ground. Then it is. Let's hear Cola. What are you doing, Cola?
Kind of still totally. I'm gonna play this as I'm totally still out of it and really not up on my game here.
Yep.
But almost by like muscle memory, to think of it that way, like by instinct, Cola's first natural impulse is to grab hold of his holy symbol, which he never takes off, and say a prayer for his companions. So I cast prayer for everybody.
+1 to hit and damage, right?
+1 to hit damage and to your saves. -1 to the same for all of our foes within range.
Yeah, so I'm just double checking
First,
here.
hold on. I'm gonna move and crawl and look outside the tent flap first.
You need to spend. So if you're crawling, you can only move 2 squares.
He did.
And then,
Can I only crawl?
Yeah, well, unless you're standing up, in which case you use half of your move, and then you can move 2, which is 2 squares.
So either way, I'm moving 2 squares. So
It's 1 leaves you standing. So you're not going to be able to cast the spell this round then, because if you're going to get up and move, and then you're going to open the tent, that's your actions.
Okay.
So remember, when you're casting a spell, you can only move half your move.
Right. All right, then I will sit by the tent flap to be ready to do something.
I mean, your call. Like the way you described it is his instinctive first action too.
No, but it would be completely like Cola's also. He's out of it, but he's not so out of it to know that he needs to actually be able to see his companions to do it.
Is that the case? I was just looking it up actually.
I thought when we were fighting at the cabin, the woodsman's cabin or whatever, you ruled that I cannot cast prayer without line of sight because I had to get to the window and look out to cast it, and I can only cast it on so many of the cold light walkers. Yeah,
because it's blocked by walls. The only thing that makes me why I'm bothering to look up to see if it's line of sight is because if there's stone walls, it wouldn't go through that. If it's wooden walls, it wouldn't go through that.
Oh, but you're thinking tent canvas is so thin?
I don't know, because you can see sort of the outline of what's out there as well too.
It has an area effect. It doesn't say anything about line of sight.
No, but a lot of these things is left to the DM, and there's rules embedded elsewhere in the book where it talks about what blocks spells.
Yeah, I mean, I might as well. It could even be based on the words and the speech he invokes that invokes the magic rather than just the sight. So it's up to.
I don't. That's not how I would interpret it. But
yeah. For bards, for sure, but maybe not clerics.
There's nothing in the spell description that specifically talks about limits to how it goes. So this would come down to more general rules about how magic is blocked or whatever, I would think. I mean, I'm obviously open to your interpretation if it is that walls block it, like stone or wood or whatever, but a tent flap.
No, and this is the thing with these old school, the older editions, that it does come down to a lot of situational interpretation of this stuff.
Also, just flipping through the player's handbook, this is, I can't even get it in frame. Never mind, I'll show you guys later.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture. It's so iconic, and yet it's kind of weird and disturbing.
Yeah.
Page 156, John, if you want to.
What I will say for today is that, because you can kind of see these guys through the tent flap, and I think when Tom's opened it already, I think I'd let you affect everything you can see there. It wouldn't be blocked.
All right. I mean, okay, cool. I certainly will not complain about that. So then as I said, I will move half movement. Oh no, I won't move. I don't need to move at all then. I can do it from where I'm sitting then.
You could stagger to your feet. You could use your half movement to kind of stagger to your feet and then lash out.
We'll do that.
Excellent. Okay.
And then cast it out. So prayer goes off then.
Yep. Great. Okay. And all the griffins fly away. No. All right. Then it is Tom. Why are you at 13? You have your action at 13. I'm assuming that's a typo. I'm assuming you should have been acting at 7, right?
Yeah, because he attacked the same time I did.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. All right. So then it is the second attack. So Falcro and Tom, you guys both have second attacks.
Okay.
And prayer will be effective immediately. So just remember that.
Tom, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And it gives a bonus to damage as well?
Yes, to hit roll, damage, and saves.
Okay.
Oh, useful. Sorry, hit the wrong one there.
It's okay.
-9 damage is not good.
It heals
Like
it. All right, nice. Okay then, guys. That is the end of round 3. So you're still successfully hitting these things, protecting each other. It is now round 4. I think that Tom or Mo lost, so we're on to Andrew. Everyone decide what you want to do with your round. Oof. Andrew, beat my 2, please.
Nope.
All right. So 2 on Tom. The one above you, Tom, is lashing out. And that one is not going to hit you. And then the one from below, coming at your feet. That's also a miss. The 5 isn't going to do it either. Falcro. For you, however.
Dexterity.
17 will do it. You take 2 points of damage. No DR applies. And then I need a save versus death from you, please.
And a -1 because of prayer.
Oh, yes, right. Yeah, -1. Go.
In your
Nat
face.
20, nice. All right, then it is first up. Who am I missing here? I'm missing Cola.
Super.
Did you want to enter on your?
I didn't write down. I decided what I was going to do. And it didn't actually.
He could
Oh,
make
You know,
up some.
you're not wrong that I'm a mind reader. However, it is blocked by line of sight, and I have no direct line of sight to you, Andrew. So.
Yeah. I would assume that there's a limited range on that spell too.
Yeah, yep. That's the problem here. All right, so Grim, you are up first. You are up. You have your staff. What do you want to do?
All right, so I'm coming around here, popping around the tent flap, and I'd like to pop off a magic missile.
Please do.
Okay, so I'm gonna do.
Are you targeting Tom or Falcaro?
I'm gonna target 2 to this one and 1 to this one, in the hopes that the first 2 kill that one.
Okay.
So
go ahead and roll 2d. Is this your magic, like actual magic missile, or is it the from the staff?
So what? No, actual magic missile. So
Okay.
1d4 plus 1. Yeah.
Yep. So 2d4 plus 2 for the first one.
Well, 2d4 plus 2. You're right.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go. I'm sorry, my computer's being weird.
That's okay.
That's plus 2. There we
2d4
go.
plus 2.
Oh God!
All right.
the hell?
And then 1d4
And then the
plus
other
1 against the other one.
Yeah.
This one's gonna do max damage as well.
Oh my god!
Oh my God!
So what?
Ones
Remind us what your magic missiles look like.
Well, they were a bunch of icicles, but I got.
Yeah, they're
I
probably
get
a
the
bit
impression
like feeble.
Yeah, they're kind of like little feeble, like they're little, maybe a little. Yeah.
All right, so you gesture and phew, these things shoot out and hit the wraiths or whatever these things are, and it tears through them a bit, but it's not nearly as effective as you were hoping they would be.
Yeah, if anyone is curious, we had a 1.5% chance of that happening.
Oh God.
Then next up is Falcro and Tom at the same time. What are you guys doing?
Gonna hit the one I'm fighting before.
Nice. Okay, go ahead. That is
D1 will be a hit.
that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
No, not damage, not hit. Away.
Come on. Damage against. Okay, there we go. All right. Falcor, that is a hit as well. Go ahead and roll damage. Nice. Yeah, a little closer there. All right. Then it is Cola's turn. What are you doing, Cola?
The move closer. Just use half movement to get closer to the tent flap for next turn. But for now, I am casting Silverbeard. More instinctive protection because Cola's not doing well right now.
Absolutely. All right. Then we have second attacks from Tom and from Falcor. Nat 20. Nice, Tom. Give us a D20 roll there, Mo. A 10. Ooh. Okay, let's see here. Go ahead and roll damage from that. Okay.
Oh,
Nicely done. All right, and then Falcor. Oh, shit. John, give us a
4 feet follow up with that
D20 roll,
critical.
please. Oh, shit. Oh. What's on your person right now? Apart from anything other than your halberd that isn't a weapon, what else is on your person?
Oh, well, I don't think I'd be keeping watch with my backpack on, but I'd probably have, my water skin to keep it warm so I can drink from it.
Yep.
I would
Do you have
have
any scrolls or anything like that, or potions?
No. I have a healer's kit, but that's in the backpack. There's a lot of snow coming down, right?
Yep.
No.
Shit, then it's your armor.
I have quivers. I have
Not-
a backup weapon.
Yeah, so would you kindly give me a D20 roll,
Don't break
Falcor?
my armor. I like this armor. 13.
All right.
I have no spares. Well, I do, but it's studded.
So you can hear straining and cracking kind of from your armor, the straps that are holding it together for the banded mail, but it fortunately does not give. Don't make that maneuver again. Your armor didn't enjoy that whatsoever. All right. That brings us to the end of round 4. Guys, we're on round 5.
Did we do our second attack?
You did.
Those were, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Then, so let's see here. That was Andrew lost as well, too, so we're on to John. John, take some control of the tempo here, guys. Everyone decide what you're doing with your round for round 5, and please beat my 6. There you go. Okay, so everyone put in what you're doing. I'm acting on a
What's the-
9.
That's a 5. Okay.
Okay. So first up is Grim. What are you doing, Grim?
Yeah, with grim determination, he's firing off another magic missile.
Is it the same thing? 2 at the one on the top and one at the bottom.
Yeah, let's do it that way.
Okay, so roll 2d4 plus 2 for the first one.
2. All right, that's better.
Nice.
That's a
So
the opposite.
trying to repeat your action, you gesture, and it flies out, and those rags that are hanging above
Yeah.
Tom are completely.
This time he decided to go lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Just to look a little better.
Second, go ahead. What, your 1d4 plus 1. Okay,
That's
so
better.
not
Yep.
better than last time. All right, then it is Falcro and Tom. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to switch targets to the one in front of Falcon. And
This one. Well, I mean, you've only ever been attacking this one here.
oh right, oh okay.
Okay, so that's
Oh
a
yes,
hit.
of course, because that's the halberd attack. Sorry, yeah.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage.
You're quite wrong. I'd forgotten we'd agreed we were doing that.
Go ahead and roll damage there, Tom. Nice. And thanks to the softening with the magic missiles, you're able to take apart the other one, the one that was at your feet. So Tom, you have nothing on you right now. You could move half of your move if you'd like.
Yeah, in that case, I will step to there.
Okay.
So this would probably be happening simultaneously with Tom's action, so I'm not sure if it counts from the other one, but I'm going to back up 5 feet, and it's probably going to provoke.
Yeah, absolutely will provoke.
But from the one that just died, I don't know if you want that one to...
That's a hit. You take 8 points of damage.
Jeez.
No DR applies. Oh my God, Falcrel's dead.
No. Apparently just putting a minus sign zeroes out your hit points.
He gives up. I need a save versus death from you, please.
Yeah. Ah, that one.
-2 dex.
We still have a point of astonishing fortune I'd like to use.
Okay.
Did it here? There it is. I don't want to be down that much dexterity.
Okay. I mean, Tom's down 6 right now, so.
Yeah, but I'm a ranger by heart.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
hate it.
Success.
My,
Okay. And then I'm gonna take a swing at it with my
Okay.
halberd. I really missed 5 footsteps in 3.5.
I don't. It's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh, solid hit on that thing. Wow.
Oh, wow.
All
That
right.
was Max.
Then it is also nice of Falcrel to leave Tom to take the brunt of the attacks. Brave stuff. Truly the stuff of courage.
I was more worried about just being able to hit it. So.
We know what you were worried about.
Yeah.
Then
Hey,
also
I
use
took
the
my
last
hit.
astonishing fortune.
I took my hit. So.
Mo, what's going to happen when you're down 8 to dexterity, Tom?
Wait, we don't have any more. Always
I'll
leave
be on
one.
8 then.
God.
So then it
All right.
is sit on that Falcrel. Cola, you are up next.
Okay. I'm gonna look out the 10 flap, and I'm gonna take my axe, look out, and axe is gonna go ethereal as you're all used to, and shoot out at the one attacking
Okay.
Tom, because one of us is gonna look out for our buddy.
Nice. He rolls a nat 1 and hits Tom in the back of the head.
Yeah, I should not. I should absolutely not.
Yeah, it actually wouldn't happen. It doesn't count as a ranged attack. It's a melee attack. Just that happens at range. So go ahead and make your attack roll there, Cola.
Right. True. True.
Nice. Even with your -2 because of your fatigue, that does hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
That's +1.
Be
Sorry.
-1 because the prayer affects it.
He had it.
Yeah, that's right. -1. So
Well, no. Sorry, -1 total. Right.
okay. All right.
And so that's 7 damage in total.
Okay, here we go. Nicely done. That hit connects, and then unfortunately, on its turn, it's not going to incur attacks of opportunity. It lashes out at Tom again. It's an 18.
Sorry, Tom.
Tom takes 6 more damage, and I need another save versus death at -1,
Trying to hit
and
it.
DR doesn't apply against that.
Is it -1 after prayer or before?
After prayer.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tom. Give us a save versus death -1. 19.
Finally.
Nice. Very nice. All right. So Tom is fine. Then, guys, it is second attacks for Tom and for Falcro. Tom, that's a hit. Falcro, it's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 9 for Falcro. Nice. And for Tom, nice. All right, guys. So you're hacking away at this thing, but it seems determined to try and kill you. Then it is the end of the round. We're on around 6. John, you're still rolling initiative. You beat my ass last time. Everyone decide what you're doing with your round. And John, would you kind of beat my 1? Okay.
2, but I think me and Tom are slightly faster than these things.
No, you were not.
Oh, we're not?
Nope.
Oh, no.
Okay. So then that is a hit on Tom again. Tom, that's 7 points of damage.
Gee.
And I need another save versus death, please. -1. There you go. Success. 16. Nice.
Yeah, after that run earlier, I'm
Yeah.
doing quite well. Then.
That's great. All right, then it is next up will be Grim, Tom, and Falcro. What are you guys doing?
Okay.
I'm going to hit it.
Okay. Do you ever? Holy shit! Hit AC -10. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that's not even with the crit.
He was one away from a crit.
His Thaco is really good already.
Kev,
Yep.
you're
Yeah,
not
'cause I've got the,
accidentally running the sound
as well.
for the Shrieking Mire, are you, in the background?
I am not. No.
Okay, so then that buzzing is an actual fly down here.
Okay.
Great. I can't win.
Okay. Oh, scroll on here. That is solid hit from Tom. Then it is. What about Falcro? You want to go next?
Falcoral's buzzing around the outside to get into a flanking position.
Okay.
That makes it harder what I was going to do.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Sorry, I just
That's okay. I have to be
Hit.
honest.
Go ahead and roll
Easy
damage. And that is enough to finally take this thing down.
Well,
So, Grim, you're able to stop whatever magic that you were going to be doing.
okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's
you don't
helpful.
lose a spell. No.
All right, perfect.
All right, then. So Tom looks and spares a withering glare at Falcarel.
what? No, it was all happening simultaneously. I didn't
Coward.
know. Hey, it's not coward. I can't attack it up close.
Well, if you adjusted your grip, you could, but
That would have wasted an entire turn. And
coward.
no.
So then, guys, what do you wish to do next?
Well, inspect whatever it was.
Oh.
Is
Tattered
anything
rags.
left of them?
Nothing left of them at all.
Great. Well, I suggest we get moving. I'm not.
You guys haven't even
still
recovered from
fatigued, yeah.
your fatigue yet.
Oh, it wasn't even. That was halfway
yeah,
through.
it happened
let's
like
get
during
back
that
to
second
bed.
hour of watch.
What
Back to bed.
What was our rule for Cure Serious? I'm gonna try and hit Tom with it.
It won't affect ability loss,
Well,
unfortunately.
yeah, I know, but it's my only healing spell left.
Cure
Yeah, we
Series'
need-
rules is written. So whatever it says in the core rulebook, it can be used to cure mortal wounds, but it has no effect on ability loss.
Yeah, we need a I need the ring for that one. And
2d8
we've got a
plus
lot
1.
to save up for, so.
Right.
Um,
Just so you know, guys, I'm useful now.
Or
Been
it's
useful for the last.
yeah.
I'm gonna cast
Got
a
it,
Cure
okay.
Serious on myself because I'm not in a good spot at
Okay.
all.
So Tom recovers that much, all right.
3d8 plus 1.
So who is down? Tom is down by 6 decks. What's Falcarel down by?
Odds.
Oh, you're down by 2 as well, okay.
That's just shite.
No, I'm down 6, 2 for fatigue and 4 from the things.
Oh, you only lost 4 points to the Spectre?
Yeah, because I made the saves the other times.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am at. Which have I got a decent dex in the first place?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm at 10.
This is one of the reasons I've had people ask, like,
I keep
"Wow,
losing it."
why do you guys why do you let the characters roll 4d4 plus 4 for their hit points to start with? I'm like, well, because the game can be pretty rough.
Yeah, and still, it's not balanced in our favor for ability loss. So there you go.
I mean, rules is written, we'd be using level drain. So how does this compare to losing 4 levels or 2 levels
Yeah.
with no save? Yeah. In comparison, we're playing in easy mode.
Everybody's usually wondering later is why do people hate undead so much? This is why.
Yeah,
it
this is
stemmed
why.
from this game.
Yep, Turn Undead is one of the reasons why. Like, Turn Undead is an extraordinarily useful ability for clerics to have, and why it's such a what the specialty priests gain in comparison to that, it seems like it's really overpowered. Is because Turn Undead is so important for clerics to have because of this kind of shit. So,
Yeah.
guys, then what happens next then? Cola,
Cola
Grim,
collapses?
Falcarel, you're all still just completely knackered. Now, Cola, technically, actually, your constitution is 1 higher right now.
Oh?
Yeah, because you did get 1 hour rest, and you got an ability drain back.
Oh, okay. So I'm
Yeah.
at Constitution 5. Woohoo!
Hot damn.
Yeah. Well, what,
Cole's gonna go
Tom's
back to
get
his.
the coffee,
Oh, go ahead.
the coffee thing out and make a hot drink, and then I think we'll try and go back to sleep. I think.
Yeah, because Tom, Grim, and Cola still need to recover from their fatigue.
I mean, the caffeine might counteract the sleeping. Cole's gonna pass.
Yeah.
He's gonna take a swig of dwarven ale that he picked up just at the valley just our last time there just now. Take just a swig.
Yeah.
And try to pass back out again.
All right.
Almost with like this old gruff old man kind of like, are we done with the fucking interruptions? And just go back to bed.
Yeah.
And Falco responds in bad dwarven. It was your fireball that brought them here.
So one thing you can think of, if these things were sent by Auro, by the Winter Witch. I guess there's no one to report back to her.
That's a good thing. Well, I mean, I
Actually, do you
assume
want
they've
to have
been.
a quick look in the mirror? See what's happening back at Grimscala?
I don't know.
Yeah, if you want, yeah, you can pull out the lens.
Falkroll is assuming that they followed our trail here from where the explosion went off. That's how they found us. So.
Well, we'll just have to hope they had to physically report back to her rather than she's scrying on them.
Yeah. That's Grim things. I don't touch that thing. So.
Okay.
Thanks.
Then, with that, Falkroll, you complete another hour's worth of watch, and then you're kind of ready to turn in as well too. The rest of the watch goes through. You could, if you're not going to get your rest for the night, Falkroll, I mean, you could just keep watch yourself all night, but you won't be able to recover hit points or get spell slots back. And I think you're down quite a few spells, aren't you?
I'm down all my healing spells, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
You use up quite a bit of utility spells as well too. Like there was.
Yeah. I have.
Well, as long as you'd let us have our 2 hours, then I can take over.
Yep.
I have 5 spells left, but they're mostly utility. So.
Okay. So
It's going to take about 3 hours of.
So if Tom wants to is happy to take over, then you guys can feel free to rotate your rest. And fortunately, the rest of the evening and into the day, the early morning, passes uneventfully. Brandon, would you kind of give us 3D? Oh no, you already rolled for it. So snow is going to continue on today. So it's blowing snow coming from the same direction is still going to be carrying on today, but it's not the wind isn't so bad that you're not going to be able to fly. Let me think of the math in my head here. So you need another. Okay, see it bedded down. It is going to be about 9 o'clock in the morning when finally Kola is dragging his ass out. You finally recovered all your constitution. Everyone's recovered from their fatigue. And Grim and Kola and Falkroll, you have all had enough sleep to get your spell slots back. So what... how much time, I guess, do you need? John, you said you need 3 hours to get your spells back?
Yeah, when I blow all my healing spells, I need 3 hours.
Those of you who are injured, you recover 3 hit points, thanks to Cola's assistance.
I'm gonna need.
And presumably Typhoon.
Yes, Typhoon and Stormwind will each recover 2.
Yeah, because I don't have herbalism, but I can do the special healing for the animals.
Yep.
So.
What's the time again? I always forget. Like, how much time per spell level do I need?
10 minutes per level, I think.
10 minutes. That's right. Yeah.
Third level spell.
20 minutes. I'm ready to go.
I need 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Okay.
Jeez.
So I rolled for random encounters for today as well. So then, let's move back to the general map for now. All right. So, what do you guys intend on doing today? While everyone's getting ready in the morning, Tom, you're free to hunt if you like. I think the longest length of time is 3 hours, right? Is what you need for spells. So this puts us to it's about noon when you guys are the spells are prepped and you guys are ready to go. Unfortunately, Tom finds nothing on the hunt in the morning. Do you guys wish to spread any healing spells or whatnot around before you guys set out? And Kola, you're feeling back to normal again too, but you can't help but think that you had that dream again, and you feel like that you saw that that man in the soft red and pink robes in your dream again, the priest of a Monitor.
Like the body of the one we found in the
Precisely,
cabin.
the one that you saw when you were rendered knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
You don't remember any particulars of the dream whatsoever, but you can. He appeared in your dreams last night as well too.
And now I would imagine that I'm more cognizant of the fact that it was a dream and that because at the time I was so delirious it was like an acid trip, but now
and in pain
now
too.
it's like but now it's like, oh, I'm dreaming about this person. This is weird.
Yeah.
And just to clarify too, so you said because we got the rest of the sleep, so 6 hours you said back,
You guys got enough to your constitution is back up to full.
and the other stats have
And the
been
fatigue,
restored?
the fatigue loss, that's gone as well too.
Okay, so
you guys
I
are
can add
back to
2
hail
back.
hardy. You are ready to kick some ass again.
Right.
Except for the dex drain.
Okay. Except for the dex strain, that unfortunately, that chill is stuck there. So
The question is, do we want to stop off at Sky Tower Shelter
Well,
or go direct?
we'd get there very late if we flew there from noon.
Of course, yes, we're not starting.
We also, I know that we said that they would need to report back, but if she doesn't hear anything, she might send more to the same
Yes,
spot.
we don't
So
wanna
we also
maybe-
don't want to be staying here.
you might be able to get to Sky Tower Shelter with the time you've got left, absent there being any problems along the way. Remember, I think your Griffins have a flight speed of 30 miles a day.
And Kola doesn't need to be tied in. I can just generally he ties himself in anyway because he doesn't like this. But
You're completely back to normal now.
yeah, so we can or at the very least we make it close enough that the Goliaths will see us and hopefully they can help us the rest of the way.
Well, I'm thinking a safe shelter, safe quotations, would be nice for us to recover before we decide to go to the Caves of Hunger.
I kind of I didn't suggest it, but I was always thinking that it might be wise to just stop off at Sky Tower Shelter before we make the final leg.
Didn't Grim leave his dog there, or was that with the?
Yes, I did. Well, no, I think I did. I think that the refugees might have. Yeah, I think the refugees took it with them.
The refugees,
actually.
you took it out with them, and they were commanding his stone wolf.
They brought it with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you had left it at the entrance where you did, it would have been there waiting for you now.
I know. That's that's a good point. Oh well.
I guess the thing is, token is still there. So that's the plan then, guys, is to fly what time you can and try and find Sky Tower Shelter.
Yeah.
Now the
I'm
challenge. Let me
hit a few
pro
people
it.
with cure spells. So.
Yeah, get whatever cure spells you want to get off your plate there.
I'm gonna give Tom 2 cure moderates. So just put them in one roll. So 18 back to Tom. Hey, rolled decently that time.
So it's about, you said it's about 24 miles, right? So it's going to take you about 7 hours to get there. To Sky Tower. Yeah, shit, it's on. Which means some of that's going to be in the dark. So there's a chance you would get lost.
2 cure lights, and Cola, you can probably take care of healing yourself, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to reduce the chance. I'm going to assume the Griffins, because they were raised there, are going to act as a local guide. So I'm going to reduce the chance of getting lost by that sort of modifier.
Would casting no direction help at all?
Absolutely. Yep.
I will do that. I pretty much prep it every day.
Okay. So count that one having been cast. I'll let you guys finish up your.
God, such bad healing. Okay, I'll do a cure mod as well. There we go.
Nice.
I need an hour and 40 next.
Okay. And is anyone healing Tom? Tom's still down 22 points.
I healed him. He gets 18. He just hasn't updated his character sheet yet.
Oh,
okay.
right, sorry, I didn't realize you were.
All
I
right.
did 2 cure moderates.
Okay. All right. You guys are look at those full health bars. All ready for your next random encounter.
See, I have 2 cure lights, cure moderate, and a cure series left. So pretty well.
Yeah, I've got cure serious, 2 cure mods, and a cure light left. So I think we're in all right shape.
I've started playing Icewind Dale, the video game.
Yep.
and I've created an almost entire party full of multi-class characters, and you regret it at a certain point because the experience gets so big.
What's up? Anna's come say hi. Yeah, hello. Hello. What's going on? Yeah. Jeez.
Tell you what, it's great to have a bard in the party.
Oh, I'll bet. Well, Rilligo is a valuable member of the Night Below crew.
And for that identification ability alone.
Mm-hmm. And the ability to carry a tune. So, guys, with the healing done, is there anything else you wish to do before you set wing before your next destination? And let me update. Hold on.
Nothing's not petty, so I'm just not going to do it.
Stormwing is at 11 hit points. Typhoon's at 22.
Oh, right, yeah. Let's do that.
So Stormwing's at 11. Typhoon is at 22. Awesome. Okay. Just in case you want to make use of any healing spells on them.
Yeah, I think I can drop a Cure Moderate.
Okay.
Are you healing Typhoon or Stormwing? Golas?
Stormwing.
Okay. You said Typhoon was at 11?
Stormwing.
22.
Well, Stormwing was 11.
And Typhoon's at 22 right now.
Typhoon should be fine. I'm going to hit Stormwing with Cure Mod.
Okay.
Oh, that should be a 9.
8 more.
Should be plus.
What's
should be
that?
9. I hit a 2 instead of a 3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep, so 9 more. There you go. All right, so they are pretty much recovered from, well, on their way to recovering from that Parrington attack. All right, guys, so you set out. Falcro once again takes the lead, and during the day, Mo, if you do want to fly in that sort of back and up position that you usually do, you're going to be able to do that because the visibility's at least 50 yards here. So, you guys make your way to about here before you take your midday break. You pass over that river that leads out of Evermelt, and you have seen no contact with anything. No sign of anything below you. It's difficult to see, so whatever may be traveling down there. And then you guys make it to about here before night sets in. And then you travel for about an hour and a half in the dark over the mountains below. The winds are quite bad now that you're getting up into the spine of the world mountains. And it is about that time that you realize you have no earthly idea where you are. The Griffins don't seem to be able to tell where they're heading, where they're going home. So you guys have no idea. You can carry on and try and get your bearings, or you can try and make rest somewhere in these peaks and valleys and try and hope that in the daylight it'll be easier to find Sky Tower shelter. What do you guys think?
Might not be a bad idea. If we keep going around and around out here and getting ourselves lost, we're just going to tire ourselves out. We literally just recovered. Not too keen on getting all exhausted again and then getting lost. I mean, because especially if we end up going north for a while, then...
Yeah, it just being that it's too dangerous.
Let's take a rest.
I can get the campsite set up again, but
Okay.
All right, use your fancy spell.
well, let's save the fancy spell for less prep time in the morning. But
Okay.
it's there in case we need it.
All right, so you guys make your camp, and would you guys kind of give me a D10 roll? Let's see. Let's have Andrew give us a roll.
D20?
D10, please.
D10, sorry. Great.
So you can picture yourselves in your camp. Would John give us a D4 roll, please?
Here comes the one.
Well, if we're on watch, didn't we say we were going to watch in pairs now?
If you're going to watch in pairs, that'll add what? God, 2 hours to your rest time. So your rest time is now going to be 10 hours.
Considering what happened to
Okay.
Cola, that's a small price to pay.
Okay. So it will be. Let's hear. Do you guys have an idea of how you wanted to pair it? Like, do you want the casters with the fighters?
I think the most
I
ideal
think,
thing would be just to
a
stagger
caster and
it.
a fighter.
Yeah.
A which?
Well, I'm thinking more of we should do a melee person with a healer. So
Yeah, it was Cola and Thomas, for example, and then Grim and Falcrol.
yeah, something like that. And
Let's
maybe
do that.
So Grim and Falcro, you guys are keeping watch.
Okay.
Tell me what's going through your minds and what you guys are doing as you guys are sitting in this. And you picture this is a small, like a small valley. You have no idea where this is, but even if the snow had not been concealing the area around you, the blowing snow, the mountains are looming up on either side.
I'm concerned about avalanches. I'm just looking up and
Yeah.
trying to watch the sea.
it's like how Falcor will say, if Solinar intended us to die in an avalanche, we would have died a long time ago. I'm more worried about Auril.
Okay.
But these mountains feel more like home than those floating bits of ice in the sea.
Oh, no doubt, I agree there.
All
So
right.
I'm guessing we just keep striking up a low conversation and
Okay. So as you guys are talking about this, would you each give us a wisdom check, please? So and this will be Price is Right style, whoever rolls highest without going over. 5 for Falcor, okay?
Well, I gotta figure out what my wisdom is. It is 13. Okay.
13.
Yeah. Oops, you did backwards. 20. Oh.
Nat 20.
No, that's a. That's on me. That's not me.
Grim is sitting at the fire, staring at it, and kind of
Yeah, dozing off.
dozing off. So Grim is maybe Falcor. You hear this kind of first like a kind of a bit of a knocking sound or a thumping sound as Grim sort of nods off and knocks over a log. There's kind of doo doo, and he says, "Oh, sorry," and then goes back to looking. You look back out into the snow. You can hear the sound of the griffins getting himself settled. You hear Silverbeak kind of shuffle, in the snow. You look back at him. You look over. Grim is sort of dead asleep, leaning on his thing. And you look back at the fire, and then you hear a thumping again, much louder than before. And your first instinct is to look over at Grim, and he's still dead asleep. Then you hear again. You walk to the edge of the campfire, enough for your eyes to adjust. And what you can see as you blink and adjust to the darkness, what's the range of your dark vision?
it is 60 feet.
60 feet. At the very edge of it, you can see, well, actually it'd be 50 because it's lost in the snow, but out of the snow and moving in sort of a perpendicular direction from where the camp is, there is a group of figures shrouded in fur, bearing a variety of weapons, and standing more than triple your height.
Oh no.
Walking along, and all you can think of as you snap back is Grim dozing by that fire, which is so clearly visible to you right now. And guys, that is where we will end our session. So, let's calculate some XP here.
It's a good thing Cola speaks Jotun.
We all speak Jotun now.
Oh, actually, that's true. We all do now. We're going to be the most weird encounter these folks have come into. Like, what is this? How can they speak
our light was probably visible for far deeper, so if they're moving perpendicular, they're maybe not a threat. So,
or they may not have spotted it.
Yeah. But you know what, John? You know what is we know for certain in terms of threat? We don't need to worry about us being a threat to them.
This is a future Falcro's problem.
So you guys have, for those warriors in the group, you guys have defeated 21 hit dice worth of adversaries today. And then for everybody, oh, thanks, Brian. Brian says congratulations for hitting 75 sessions with this campaign.
Oh, thank you.
Something that was supposed to start and just be quarantine thing. It's going strong.
Absolutely. So, guys, with the let's hear. Make sure I haven't missed anything from the session. I have not. In addition to your class-based XP bonuses and whatnot, each of you will be walking away today with 2,250 XP. That's 2250.
David Lex would have leveled up.
A lot of magic casting today too.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I guess.
I got 1,000 just from. It's like has like 10 spells today. It's crazy.
Holy smokes!
I got 1,400.
Yeah, the fighters, the class-based XP is a really interesting mechanic because you like the fighters definitely start taking the lead early on with that stuff, but once you get to mid-range and the casters start having access to more spells, it really does, I think, help get them caught up.
I like it. I'm actually glad I did a Ranger Cleric multiclass because the gap from 7 to 8 is so big on each of them that the experience I walk away with is still getting stretched out, that it's going to take a while to get there. Mm-hmm. So I like this range for the character 7. He's got a lot of things he can do.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. I mean, when they did the tests or the what do you call it, the play tests and whatnot for the ones leading into 3rd, the ones leading into 4th, and one leading into 5th. That seemed to be the range that everyone felt was like 7 to 12 is the range that was the most like D&D range. Nice. So, yeah, I mean, I think most people play at low levels, but that is that. All right, so guys, with that, we'll bring this session to a close. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 75 of this campaign. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding this session, are you close?
So close, but not. Yeah, I didn't.
Damn it!
Next session, definitely. Yeah.
Were you 100 away?
59,894. I need 60,000.
Oh god!
You're 108 away.
Yeah.
If you would have cast that spell, you would have.
I know. I would have gotten it.
Did you include like prime requisite bonuses and stuff like that?
Yep, that's prime requisite bonuses and everything. Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Next time.
Here's 102 of mine. No.
Yeah. So for those listening at home, again, you can leave, please, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below. You can you can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings. You can reach me by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. You can also find a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server where all of us are active. We have channels dedicated to this campaign, every other campaign we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of other great channels dedicated to finding a group, to online conventions, to setting up virtual tabletops and so forth. So lots of different ways to interact with a bunch of great people over there. And I think, I mean, it fluctuates, but we just hit like 400, I think, yesterday with for members of the Dungeon Musings Discord. So lots of great people over there, lots of great conversations. You are more than welcome to join us over there. In addition, you can find a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages. That's the charity fundraising campaign that we run on the channel. And from now until August 1st, 2021, for every $25 Canadian that you donate, you get one chance to win our grand prize or one of the other great prizes for our next charity raffle, which will be taking place on August 1st. So 8 days from now will be our next charity raffle draw. The grand prize is a copy of Beadle and Grimm's Legendary Edition Curse of Strahd box set, and second prize is a copy of Beadle and Grimm's Shadowy Silver Edition of Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. And I just did an unboxing video and a kind of comprehensive overview of the history of Ravenloft from the time of first module in 1983 up until the release of this, to give you a sense of what's the history for that particular product. If you don't win those two, there's still a ton of other great prizes, including a chainmail dice bag made by our resident armor smith, Dave. There's some modules donated by our buddy George for Dungeon Crawl Classics. There are 2 books for the Lazy Dungeon Master, the Lazy Dungeon Master series, donated by our member of our community, an outstanding member of the Dungeon Musings community, Lord Zordran. There is a copy of the recently released Jackal's Bronze Age fantasy RPG that I picked up because it's a favorite of mine, and the author of Jackal's, J.M. DeFoge, has very generously donated a copy of their brand new mega campaign, Fall of the Children of Bronze. So some great prizes there as well. There is also some prizes from the Dungeon Musings Redbubble shop. I have a copy of the Acton Cthulhu prize. It's not out yet, and I'm waiting for it to arrive, but when it does arrive, I'll be sending out that prize as well. I've accidentally picked up an extra copy of that. We have, unless I hear from the winners from the last raffle, if you enjoyed this campaign, I have 2 other prizes donated by Beadle and Grimm that were prizes in the last raffle, but I've never heard. It's been 3 months. I haven't heard from the prize winners, so they will be going back in the raffle. Those are a platinum edition of the Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden and a silver edition, and those are fantastic. The platinum edition of Rime of the Frost Maiden is one of my favorite D&D products ever. It is a phenomenal product that has a bunch of miniatures in it, gorgeous maps, canvas map of the map that you're seeing on here. So unless I hear from the winners, those will also be prizes. So lots of great gaming prizes. We also have voting going on right now for our next charity session. That will be at the end of August. Voting is going on right now on the Dungeon Musings Discord server. So if you have donated, definitely go and check out the games that we have on offer and cast your vote. One of the votes is actually a pulp version of the heroes from our Night Below campaign in a D20 Modern kind of pulp iteration. So if you're interested in seeing that or one of the other games at the table, be sure to head over there and vote if you've donated since April 1st. The last thing I'll say is that all donations go directly to SOS Children's Villages International, a really outstanding organization that is active in over 130 countries that benefits over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children. A really great organization, and all money that is donated goes directly to them. None of it goes to the channel, none of it goes to any other middleman. It just goes to help those kids. So you get a chance to win some great gaming stuff, help say what we play on the channel, and to win some great game, and to help out some kids who could really use some help. So hopefully all great stuff. I will say once again a huge thank you to our friends at Beadle and Grimm for their extraordinary generosity in supporting this initiative. The last thing I want to say is a huge thank you to the players. John, Brandon, Mo, and Andrew, thank you so much for showing up today, guys. This was a terrific session. Congratulations on getting some magic missiles off Grimm. Only one more and it would have been another level.
Well, my protection from evil, that's what it needed.
There you go. Just keep spamming spells out willy-nilly. All right.
Had it been for those poor D10 rolls.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us. If you are joining us during the current crisis, we hope this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. We hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes get up to in the Icewind Dale. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.